Welcome, everybody, to the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. I'm Matt Robinson. Dustin White and I will bring you this championship game as Greg Sapp is on assignment this evening. As, boy, you couldn't ask for much more before a conference championship matchup. Altamont 19-3 as the 2 seed, taking on the top-seeded St. Anthony Bulldogs. By the way, they're 19-3 on the season as well, as these two teams will square off for the championship here in Altamont. And, Dustin, they made several announcements saying, fans, be ready to get close to one another. This is a sellout, and you're going to be seated tight in this big gym here at Altamont.
Oh, no surprise that everybody wanted to come out for this one. You have the home team, you know, the Altamont club playing in its own gym in the championship game, so obviously the local fans are excited. And just the fact that this is such a great matchup between two evenly matched teams, can't really be sure how this one's going to turn out. Should be a fun one. I'm guessing there's probably some interested third-party observers that got tickets for this one as well. I'm really excited, looking forward to being able to see how this one shakes out.
You look around this big gymnasium and you see fans, not like you mentioned, a ton of them from St. Anthony, a ton of them from Altamont, but good basketball fans around the gymnasium. You've got folks from Dietrich, South Central, Neoga, all the other opponents here in the conference, and they're here because they want to see a good basketball game, and I think we're going to get one tonight with Altamont and St. Anthony.
I'm pretty sure these teams are going to oblige them.
Well, we'll come back and let you know about how these teams got to this point. We'll let you know about the starting lineups, a change or two in there as well, and boy, we'll just get you set for what we think is going to be a great night of basketball here at the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament, and you're listening to it on 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Your home for the 85th Annual NTC Tournament. On air and online at 979xfm.com.
This is the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, your complete transportation headquarters since 1958.
And we welcome you back to the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament, where Altamont and St. Anthony are getting set to do battle here in Altamont's gymnasium, as Altamont's gym has been the host for this tournament pretty much since they got it constructed in the 50s. And, boy, you couldn't imagine a much better venue for a high school ball game than this.
No, it's something everybody in the conference talks about, right? I mean, when you talk about the NTC tournament, almost the first thing that comes up is the fact that it is such a great place to watch a ball game. That's on the tip of everyone's tongue whenever they mention it, and why not? Kind of an old school gym at this point, with people seated up above the court and in the round. It's something else, and you know, having been here as a fan many times, I can attest to it. It's quite a thrill to sit in the stands and watch one of these games, and also quite a thrill to sit up here where we are and have a chance to broadcast it.
Pretty unique situation just happened here. It kind of brought me a little bit of a chuckle. As the Altamont student section was filling up, they realized that they weren't going to quite be all the way full up to the top. So the junior high student section sits on kind of the opposite end of the half horseshoe for Altamont. Some of the leaders from the high school student section came and got the junior high kids and said, hey, you come over and stand with us tonight. We are all united, as the student sections for both Altamont and St. Anthony are quite full, going to be quite active here in this championship contest. Some other news to pass along, probably more relevant to the game, I would say, is the fact that Logan Antrim is going to make his first start since suffering an injury on the 10th of January. That happened in, I believe, a Robinson ball game. So he's been out for about 3 weeks. He came and played in his first minutes of the tournament on Thursday night. He was cleared for action Thursday during the day. And he is going to make the start now. And it's the first time for St. Anthony that they've had their starting five intact due to the injury to Aaron Webb as well since the Christmas tournament.
Something extraordinary when you think about the fact that they've still got their record at 19-3, haven't really missed a beat. And now they're hitting full strength. So, Altamont obviously going to have his hands full. But Logan, like you said, he played a little bit Thursday, but starting for the first time. Be interesting to see what kind of rhythm he gets in with his teammates, if they fall right back into what they're used to, or if it takes them a little while to get going. But obviously they're not complaining about having the guy who sort of runs the show for them back on the floor.
Yeah, the junior point guard is extremely quick, and like you say, he can disrupt the other team's offense and then create offense for himself and his teammates very well for St. Anthony. So that's going to be a factor in this ball game. Altamont, though, they've been hit by the injury bug throughout the season, but at this point in time, they are healthy. Aiden Yarhouse missed a couple of games. Denver Duquitz missed a couple of games, but they are back at full strength, or at least as full strength as you get this time of year, beyond the normal bumps and bruises and maybe a jammed finger or thumb, that sort of thing.
You're always going to have a few of those nagging things by this point in the season. If you play hard, it's just unavoidable. But, everyone who needs to be on the floor and can be on the floor is, and that's the important thing. And on a big stage like this, you want to have all your guys out there and available.
And also kind of a side note, especially for the St. Anthony faithful, but for just fans in general, Logan Antrim's father had suffered an injury and had surgery, and he hadn't been able to see a game yet since that. Now, he's still in a wheelchair, but he is going to be, or he is rather, at the game tonight, sitting below us here. And if you're familiar with where we broadcast from, he is sitting here, and the Antrims wanted to pass along their thanks to the Altamont staff and for making arrangements for him to be able to make it into the game, still see the action, but also be somewhat protected down there as best you can, as they've been very accommodating to the Antrims, and they really wanted to pass along the appreciation for that. So the ticket, Scott Beal, the PA announcer who has taken over the duties for Charlie Niehaus, has made the announcement that this is a sellout. So we'll go to standing room only around the top, but all the tickets for this game have been sold out as St. Anthony is getting set to take on Altamont in the championship game of this 85th annual NTC tournament.
So for some reason you thought you were going to wait until now to come over here. Well, you got no choice. You're just going to have to turn your radio on, or better yet, go to our website and find us there and watch this thing live. Certainly have that capability, and why not? It ought to be a pretty good show no matter where you're at.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back with the starting lineups and get you set for action as it's St. Anthony and Altamont here at the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com. Your home for the 85th Annual NTC Tournament. On air and online at 979xfm.com.
85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament action from Altamont as St. Anthony, the top seed, takes on Altamont, the number 2 seed. Let's tell you how these teams got to this point. In their opening game on Tuesday night, St. Anthony defeated St. Elmo Brownstown, who played in to get to them, by a score of 57-28. And then St. Anthony defeated Neoga by a score of 54-26. That score is a bit deceiving. It was a much closer game until late. Neoga employed a pretty good zone defense against St. Anthony that really slowed them down. But when Neoga got behind, they had to come out of it, and St. Anthony exploited that for the victory. On the other side of the bracket, Altamont picked up a 64-30 victory over Windsor Stew Straws in their opening game on Wednesday night. They turned around Friday night and defeated Dietrich 62-50. But even that score is a little misleading as well, as Dietrich led pretty much the entire ball game until Altamont wrestled the lead away in the fourth quarter. With a huge fourth quarter, they picked up the come from behind victory. And so it's Altamont and St. Anthony in the title game tonight. In games earlier today, St. Elmo Brownstown defeated Windsor Stew Straws 49-29 in the 7th place contest. South Central claimed the consolation championship, defeating North Clay 73-57. And in the 3rd place game, Dietrich defeated Neoga 48-41 in a game that was a tussle all the way through. Neoga fell behind early, but Dietrich could never get away as Neoga just kept charging back but could never get over the hump.
Yeah, there were a couple times you thought Dietrich was going to run away and hide, but Neoga stayed tough, made it a pretty good ball game, but in the end it was the Maroons came away with the victory.
This big capacity crowd rises here at Altamont's gymnasium as we get set for the national anthem to be played to this big crowd. It's going to be the Altamont Brass Ensemble here. This unit from the Altamont Band will be performing the national anthem here in this championship contest. So let's join in and hear the national anthem.
Present our national anthem.
Section of the Altamont High School band with a wonderful performance of the national anthem. Now let's meet the starters for these two ball clubs in the championship game. It'll be Altamont and St. Anthony, both at 19-3. The Altamont will be the visitors. They are the 2 seed. That's a little different for Altamont here on their home court, but they are in their black uniforms with orange and white trim. They will start at a guard, their leading scorer on the season and in the tournament, Aiden Yarhouse. He surpassed the 1,000-point mark earlier this week. He's a 5'10 senior wearing number 22. And again, he has 38 tournament points in their 2 victories. He'll be joined out there by Kaden Earhart. Kaden, a 6'2 junior, wears number 24. He is a very potent shooter from the perimeter, can do a lot on the offensive end. He has 30 tournament points. Denver Dukewood's a 5'10 senior, number 32, has 14 tournament points. He'll play a forward spot. He'll be joined by Noah Teasley, 6'1 senior, number 50. Teasley has 17 tournament points. And rounding out the lineup is Jared Coleman. Coleman, a 6'3 senior, wears number 52. He has 6 tournament points, and he'll be asked, I'm sure, to be working inside against Jacob Duss for St. Anthony tonight. Speaking of Jacob Duss, he gets the call at a center spot for St. Anthony, as he's a 6'7 senior, number 55, has 42 tournament points in the 2 games played thus far for St. Anthony. He'll be joined out there at a forward spot by Caden Fearday. Fearday, a 6'5 senior, number 25, has 15 tournament points. Jack Haney, all-around good player, good scorer, good defender. He play at a guard. He's a 6' senior, number 5, with 19 tournament points. Aaron Webb, a 5'11 senior, number 1, has 17 tournament points, and he can do a little bit of offense and defense for you as well. And then rounding out the lineup, Logan Antrim back into the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. The 6-foot junior wears number 3. He has 4 tournament points, but he just played on Thursday night in his first night of the NTC tournament and his first night back in 3 weeks for the St. Anthony Bulldog Ball Club. So again, it's Webb, Antrim, Haney, Fearday, and Dust for St. Anthony. Yarhouse, Earhart, Dukewood, Teasley, and Coleman for Altamont. Both teams 19-3, and we are getting set for an exciting NTC championship game.
Yeah, great atmosphere in here. And getting on to Antrim back in the starting lineup, obviously, whatever Cody Rinker saw out of him Thursday night, it was good enough to be confident to put him in the starting lineup, pass whatever physical test he needed to. And as we've already mentioned, you know, such an important part of what St. Anthony does. Really interested to see how they gel back together and how quickly they all get on the same page again.
That's part of the story here. I'm also interested to see Altamont's approach against Jacob Dust. He is a 6'7" senior. Altamont doesn't have anybody with the size that he has, especially on the height end of things. And he is a quick, dominant player in the post. And when you say that at 6'7", he's strong, but he has good footwork. He's quick and hard to handle. And it'll be interesting to me to see how St. Anthony goes to him and how Altamont responds to that.
Yeah, Altamont's got to make it difficult for St. Anthony to even get the ball to him, right? Like, the work has to be done before the ball enters the post. If he catches it on the block, you're already in trouble. You got to be able to try and displace him and make it tough for him, but obviously that's easier said than done with a kid his size.
Chris White, Bobby Hogard, and John Howard, known as J.D. Howard, are the officials for this one. Altamont wins the tip as Yarhouse knocks it away from Dust, and now Yarhouse sets the offense, running the point for the Indians. Takes it to the left side, now to Teasley out top, over to Dukewood. Dukewood drives to the right side, inside to Teasley. Shot off the glass is good. Noah Teasley gives Altamont the 2-0 lead on their first trip of the ball game. Altamont picks up in a man-to-man. Haney crosses the timeline, gets it to Dust at the high post with Coleman on him. They flip it back to Haney, right wing 3, good. Jack Haney gives St. Anthony a lead on their first trip, and it's 3-2. Yarhouse runs it up court. St. Anthony picks him up as he got it across the timeline, moves to the free throw lane, now leaves it with Teasley out top. Teasley goes to Earhart. Earhart across the top of the key. Over to Coleman, now to Yarhouse. Drives around one man, stops and pops. Jumper is good from the baseline. Aiden Yarhouse gives Altamont the 4-3 lead.
Both clubs looking pretty locked in early.
Antrim brings it to the left side. Looks to Haney. Haney lob inside to Dust. Catch shot, good. If they score on every trip, it's really going to be interesting. Jacob Dust's first 2 points makes it 5-4 in favor of St. Anthony. Yarhouse crosses the top of the key, matched up this time with Fearday, gets it over to Earhart. Earhart moves from the right side or left side to the right side, where he gets it on the wing to Dukewood. Dukewood has picked up his dribble, looks back for Earhart on the wing. Earhart puts it on the floor, brings it out to the center circle. Gets a screen out there from Coleman. Now moves to the free throw line. Leans in. Shot no good. Coleman an offensive rebound though, and his putback is good. So Derrick Coleman makes it 6-5 in favor of Altamont. And I guess that's the third lead change already, right?
Yes.
6:08 to play in the first quarter. Antrim across the timeline. Gets to the top of the key. Leaves it with Fearday. He gets in the lane. Little 10-footer is up and good. Kaden Fearday makes it 7-6. Altamont pushes it up court to Dukewood, spins, and he's called for an offensive foul as Webb was back defensively, and Dukewood's run into him.
Yeah, Dukewood's tried to make a spin move toward the baseline there. Webb was standing his ground, went down to the floor. First foul of the game goes against Dukewood. Altamont's first as well.
So Antrim gets it across the timeline as he directs traffic. Dukewood comes out to meet him. Now they hand it off to Haney. He's way out on the right side. Will go to the right baseline, leans in, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul as he shoved Earhart off with the right hand.
So both teams, their first turnover of the evening comes in the form of an offensive foul, and on back-to-back possessions, back to Altamont.
5:40 to play. St. Anthony leads 7-6 in the first quarter as Yarhouse has it out top. Still trying to diagnose the defense that St. Anthony is playing. Dust is staying in the middle, and Haney's down there with him right now. Meanwhile, trapped along the side is Dukewood. He got it baseline to Coleman. Coleman's pass intended for Teasley inside, got knocked loose. Dust had a chance to save it, but just couldn't get a hold of it before it went out of bounds.
That was a pass kind of thrown in no man's land, and Altamont very lucky that it wasn't just picked off outright, but Dust couldn't come up with it cleanly, and so the kids in black jerseys get to keep it.
Yarhouse triggers the inbounds to Teasley. They go to out top to Dukewood. who wanted to look back in for Teasley, who was open, but they just misconnected on the pass, and it sailed out of bounds.
Yeah, pass a little too hot. Teasley couldn't get to the spot in time, so it sails across the baseline. Altamont's second turnover.
Haney's going to take over the point this time as he gets it across the timeline. They bounce it high post to Dust. It was knocked loose, but Dust goes to the center circle to get it. Goes to Haney, now back to Dust. To Haney again on the right side. He's looking in for Dust. Ball knocked loose from behind, but that's because Coleman fouled. It'll be St. Anthony ball underneath.
Yeah, Coleman trying to disrupt that pass, but didn't have position to get his hand on it without making too much contact. So Jared's first foul is Altamont's second of the night.
3 minutes into the first quarter, 7-6. St. Anthony looking to add to the lead. They go to Webb on the right corner off the inbounds from the baseline. He bounces it to Antrim, to Fearday, around to Haney left side. Skip pass to the right corner to Antrim, around a couple of defenders, flips it to Dust, who lays it up and in. Jacob Dust puts it off the glass for his fourth point after a nice pass from Antrim.
St. Anthony still hasn't missed a shot, 4 for 4 from the field.
Yarhouse works around the screen, gets it in the corner to Duke with 3 on the way, off the mark, no good. Dust has the rebound for St. Anthony. 9-6, the Bulldog advantage as they push it up court to Fearday. Shot off the glass is good. Kaden Fearday from the right side of the lane, about 10 feet off, knocked it down.
Yeah, just got the angle, used the glass, like you said, on that pull-up jumper.
Altamont trying to come up with an answer as Yarhouse moves to the free throw line, picks up his dribble, gets it to Earhart, who fires a deep three off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped around, Coleman has it. He hands it to Yarhouse for a three. It's missed off the heel of the rim. This rebound taken down by Fearday for St. Anthony. To Antrim. Antrim crosses over at the top of the key, but he's called for carrying it. So it's 2 turnovers for St. Anthony, and we'll have our first substitution of the ball game. Jared Ruffner, 6'1 junior, wearing number 42, comes in to replace Jared Coleman. So with 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter, 11-6, St. Anthony's opened up to a 5-point lead. Yarhouse, though, breaks down the defense, gets in the lane, jump stop, no good. Ruffner, though, an offensive rebound, and he's fouled from behind. So good job paying some dividends early for Jared Ruffner.
Yeah, Altamont kind of spreads the floor on that possession and just allows Yarhouse the opportunity to drive to the basket with a little less lane cloggage. He didn't get the shot to go, but good effort from Ruffner off the bench to get on that offensive glass.
Earhart's going to have a seat for Altamont. Noah Klimpel, 6-foot sophomore, checks in for him. Meanwhile, Antrim sits down, and into the ball game is Walsh. Kenan Walsh makes his first appearance, along with Connor Walk now, as they sit down Fearday. Nope, Fearday's out there. He's playing defense on Teasley. Teasley caught the pass out top from the baseline. They go to Ruffner on the wing. Ruffner holds, now gets it baseline to Duquesne, and he switched to pivot feet as he started to make a move, and Altamont has their third turnover of the ball game. So 11-6 the score, as Walsh will handle the point guard duties this time. Brings it across the timeline where he hands it to Haney. Haney circles it to the top of the key, now leaves it with Fearday. Fearday on the right side, cut off by Teasley, sends it out to Walk. Walk tries to muscle in the lane, cut off by Klimpel. Out to Walsh. Walsh into the lane, dumps it underneath for Walk. That's in a crowd. He got it out to Haney. Haney from the wing, drives in. Shot no good. Dust, though, an offensive rebound, and he'll put it up and in. So Jacob Dust makes it 13-6 with 3:11 on the clock, and Altamont hasn't scored in a while.
St. Anthony finally missed a shot, but then Dust was there to clean it up, and now we got a foul against Altamont on this end.
Yeah, away from the ball, or actually trying to set a screen, is Ruffner, and he's called for the foul, I believe.
So that's his first foul. 4 turnovers now for Altamont, a couple of offensive fouls against the Indians.
So 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. St. Anthony up 13-6. Walsh crosses the timeline, hands it to Haney on the left side, or on the right side, brings it to the top of the key. They go back in the right corner to Walsh. He works to the top of the key, now gets to the left side of the lane, fires it out to Fearday. Fearday crosses the lane, tried to go to Haney in the corner. Dukewood's got a hand on it. The pass is batted out of bounds. It'll be St. Anthony ball about halfway between the lane and the corner on the baseline. 2:48 to play in the first quarter. Lob out top to Fearday to Dust. He gets it to Walk in the center circle. Now to Haney, right wing. Haney looks inside. Now Dust has it at the high post. Spins away from the defense. Gets inside. Shot no good, but a foul whistled. That's coming over to help with Teasley, and I think he got him on the arm.
Yeah, Teasley was in there. Klimpel was kind of trying to stand his ground too, but it is Teasley who gets called for his first foul, 4th team foul for the Indians.
So Jacob Dust already with 6 of the 13 points for St. Anthony's at the line, and the first free throw is good. So he has 7 now in the first quarter, and his dominance continues here in the NTC tournament as Jack Elder will come in for St. Anthony, replacing Fearday. Meanwhile, Dukewitz has a seat, and Kaden Earhart is back for the Indians. Dust puts this free throw up. It's good. So he has 8 points. Makes it 15-6, and Altamont trails by 9. Yarhouse across the timeline, gets off a screen, puts up a shot from left it short. Ruffner is trying to save it. He crashes into the crowd, but he can't keep it in bounds. It'll go off the Indians and belong to St. Anthony.
Yeah, after going 3 for its first 4, Altamont has missed 4 shots in a row. Combine that with a couple of turnovers, and it's been a while since they got back on the scoreboard.
2:20 to play in the first quarter. Walk holds it out, gets it out top to Dust. Dust drives, put up a shot, and he traveled. His defender fell down, and I wonder if that messed with him a little bit.
Could be. I thought maybe a charge was going to be called, honestly, the way that play went down, but then they signaled the travel. St. Anthony's 3rd turnover. Either way, Altamont gets it back.
15-6 the score with 2:11 on the clock. Walsh picks up Yarhouse, who brings it across the timeline to the top of the key, and he's called for a carry. That's Altamont's 5th turnover. Looked to me like he picked up the dribble, but maybe the carry came before that, I guess, is the only thing I can see. So here's a substitution. Logan Antrim back in the ball game for St. Anthony. He'll replace Jack Haney, who gets a breather, and lots of high fives as he heads to the bench. Inbounds from Elder to Antrim in backcourt. He's met by Klimple as he brings it to the timeline with 2 minutes to play in the quarter rather. Ruffner flashes at him with a double team, forces Antrim to pick it up. He leaves it with Walk left side to Antrim right wing. Antrim backs out, now gets it on the side, or in the corner rather, to Walk. Walk had it poked away by Yarhouse. It's off of Yarhouse, though, out of bounds. Jared Coleman and Denver Dukewitz back for Altamont. 7 a seat will be Ruffner and Teasley. Walk has a seat as well for St. Anthony. And Webb came back, I do believe.
Yes.
Inbounds goes all the way in backcourt to Antrim, who catches it at the free throw line of Altamont. He'll walk it across the timeline, fires a pass over to Elder. Elder, I'm not sure if he was ready for it, but he did catch it. Got it to Webb, now to Antrim, drives the left baseline. Little runner is short. Dust, though, an offensive rebound. Putback is no good. And this time a foul's called inside, and I think Dust got called for a push.
So he got one offensive rebound, trying to follow his own miss. He gets called for his first foul, and Altamont going to try to do something about cutting into this 9-point deficit.
Caden Fearday is going to check into the ball game to replace Dust with 1:30 on the first quarter clock. But yeah, Altamont's got to find a way to get a point or two this trip, at least. Yarhouse crosses the timeline. Walsh is there. Gets a screen from Dukewitz out top. Yarhouse takes it to the right side. Now finds Coleman up top. Down low to Dukewitz. Dukewitz kicks it out to Yarhouse. Back to Klimple. Klimple in the center circle. Works to the left side of the lane. Nice pass. Underneath, found Coleman, who lays it up and in. So Altamont got a high percentage look, and they score again. Coleman with 4 of the 8 for the Indians, makes it 15-8. Minute to play here in the first quarter as Fearday has it at the top of the key for the Bulldogs. Leaves it with Antrim, who drives in the lane, gets it underneath to Walsh. Walsh tries to hook a pass back out top. Altamont knocks it loose, and they get the steal on the 4th turnover for St. Anthony. Indians trailing 15-8. Yarhouse out top is hassled and now in a double team, and a foul is whistled as I believe Webb got him on the arm.
Yeah, Webb and Kenan Walsh were both in there, but it is Webb who made too much contact. His first foul, 4 for the Bulldogs. In fact, 4 team fouls for each of these clubs. Jared
Coleman sits down. Noah Teasley back into the Indian lineup as the bounce pass from the half-court line goes to Klimple. Baseline to Earhart. He puts up a shot that's blocked by Fearday, and the rebound is saved by Walsh to Fearday. Now Antrim runs it up court, gets into the middle of the lane, leaves it on the side. 3 for Webb, no good. Rebound pulled down by Earhart, and the Indians are running. Earhart brings it up the right side, gets into the lane, weaves in, shot off the glass, no good. Rebound taken down by Elder, and here come the Bulldogs. They get it to Antrim. Altamont back defensively, so they wait with 11 seconds on the clock. Looks like Antrim's going to set them up for the last shot. Here comes Antrim. Gets a screen, doesn't use it, spins back into the lane, puts up a shot. It's blocked by Klimple, who gets the rebound, and that'll end the quarter. After the first quarter of action, it's St. Anthony 15, Altamont 8. You're listening to the championship game of the National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 X.
With an expanded service department, our new Express Lube, and a huge lineup from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Geckner Brothers continues to build on the service and trust we've earned since 1937. Visit us online at gecknerbros.net. Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Your home for the 85th Annual NTC Tournament. On air and online at 979xfm.com.
St. Anthony ball to start the second quarter. They lead 15-8. Dustin, some first quarter numbers?
6 of 11 from the field, St. Anthony was, and that percentage actually came down a little bit toward the end of the period. Altamont 4 of 12 from the field, 0 for 3 on its three-pointer. St. Anthony 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Altamont yet to attempt one, and rebounding pretty well even. St. Anthony was 7, Altamont was 6.
St. Anthony inbounds the ball. Antrim has it, top of the key, works to the left side before he finds Haney in the corner. Skip pass to the right wing to Webb. He fakes the three, now drives into the lane, puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebound, though, Webb. He puts it on the floor, now picks it up in the paint, gets it out to Haney, and we've got a 3-second call whistled against St. Anthony. As Haney put the shot up, it was no good, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
So quick turnover for the Bulldogs after getting one shot off on that end of the floor. Altamont in the middle of a bit of a scoring drought. They need to come down here and get something going here to start the second quarter.
Altamont brings the ball up court against St. Anthony's man-to-man. They have it out top with Klimple, who rises up on a jumper from 15 at the elbow of the free throw line, and the sophomore connects.
And Klimple made a nice pass to set up the basket at the end of the first quarter, and then he hits he just rises up for that mid-range jumper there and gets him off on a good start here in the second.
After trailing by as many as 9, Altamont's back within 5 in this 15-10 ball game here in the second quarter. Antrim penetrates the lane, leaves it for Haney. Shot good. Boy, he drew the defense to him and then kicked it to Jack Haney, who laid it up and in.
I really wondered if Antrim didn't have a shot, but you can't hardly argue with how he set Haney up there.
Altamont puts it in the corner to Earhart. Loads up for a three, and he connects. Kaden Earhart's first 3 points of the ball game brings Altamont back within 4, 17-13. 6:45 on the clock. St. Anthony pounds it inside to Dust. He lost the handle for a second. It took it to the baseline where he got a secure hold of the ball, but his foot went out of bounds.
Yeah, his balance shifted a little bit. He fell backwards just enough to step on that baseline. So St. Anthony, a couple of quick turnovers here, and big possession coming up for the Indians.
Altamont has it with Teasley on the perimeter. He goes around Dust, drives with the left hand, lays it up and in. Noah Teasley has his 4th point of the night, and Altamont's back within 2, 17-15. Bearday has it out top, leaves it on the side with Webb on the left wing. Tries to go in the corner, nothing doing, so he sends it back out top to Haney. Haney looks in the post to Dust. Dust has to come out to catch it. Now works his way back in. Got stripped of the ball by Klimple as he drove in the paint, and Altamont comes out of there with it. 3 turnovers in the first 2 minutes of the second quarter for St. Anthony. Altamont gets it to Teasley, fakes the 3, now hands it to Klimple, and goes to Yarhouse. Yarhouse, top of the key, works to the left side, leans in, shot blocked by Dust, but a foul called as Dust got him with the body.
I was going to say, as far as the contact with the basketball, pretty clean up top, but a little bit of hip checking going on down there below, and so Dust, his second foul is going to send Altamont to the line. Yarhouse has a chance to maybe tie this thing up.
5:53 on the second quarter clock. A couple of free throws for Aiden Yarhouse. Senior from Altamont puts the first one up, and it's good. So he has his 3rd point of the night. Now Coleman comes in for Teasley for Altamont. Derek Booty will make his first appearance. Booty, 5'9" junior, replaces Noah Klimple. Meanwhile, St. Anthony does send Dust to the bench, and Jack Elder's back on the court to replace him. Free throw on the way for Yarhouse, nothing but net. He has 4 now in the ball game, and we're tied at 17. Antrim brings it up court. 5:50 on the second quarter clock. Crosses over, goes to the right side where he finds Haney in the corner. Haney drives baseline, lost the handle. It's because Yarhouse knocked it loose. and it'll be out of bounds to the Bulldogs.
You can just feel the energy pick up a little bit on Altamont's bench right now with this game tied back up.
Lob out top to Webb. Squares up for a three. Got it.
Oh.
Boy, it's a high arcing shot from Webb, and when it's true, it just flashes through the net. It's a 20-17 advantage again for the Bulldogs. Yarhouse gets the screen out top, takes it to the right corner, leaves it with Booty out there, who got it to Dukewood's top of the key, right back to Booty. He spins, leaves it with Coleman out top, now to Earhart. He's on the left wing, now brings it to the top of the key, to the right side of the lane, leaves it with Dukewood. Dukewood's never had a clean catch, and then he tried to make a move, and Webb knocked it loose. First turnover for Altamont. St. Anthony pushes it ahead to Haney. Right wing three, no good. Rebound Earhart, and Altamont's going to run. Earhart brings it up the middle of the court. His pass, though, is batted out of the air by Antrim. Picked up by Fearday, ahead to Antrim, who sticks it up and in. Logan Antrim has his first 2 points of the night, and just as soon as Altamont tied it, St. Anthony goes on a 5-0 run. 22-17 with 4:50 to play in the second quarter. Yarhouse slows things down for the Indians, gets the top of the key to Coleman, and he traveled with it before he made a pass.
So Altamont with 3 turnovers real quick here in succession, and it's kind of killed the momentum that they had as they got it tied up. St. Anthony with a 5-point lead, chance to add to it.
Altamont sends Noah Teasley back onto the court. He replaces Jared Coleman for the Indians. Meanwhile, Antrim walks it up court, matched up with Booty. Behind the back dribble. Antrim in the lane with a runner. It's off the mark. Rebound, nothing but Indians there as Teasley clears. Gets it to Yarhouse, who's around Antrim. Brings it to the top of the key. Hands it back to Teasley. He's around Elder. Drives baseline, and a blocking foul is whistled as Teasley was trying to get it in the lane to Dukewood.
It's going to be 23 St. Anthony. That is Jack Elder picking up his first 16th foul for the Bulldogs.
Aiden Yarhouse bounces it into Dukewood on the left wing. Out top to Booty. Booty back to Yarhouse, left side. He holds it on the wing, now brings it towards the top of the key, gets a screen from Teasley, stops, pops, and he drug the pivot foot before he got the shot away. So a turnover there for Altamont, their 4th of the quarter. 4 minutes played. Well, not even 4 minutes played, as there's 4:12 on the clock, and Altamont already with 4 turnovers.
And they didn't have any not that long ago. It has really come all in a bunch right here.
Haney comes to get it up top, matched up with Yarhouse. Haney's at the center circle. Takes it to the right side, gets to the baseline, stops, pops, jumper off the glass, good.
That's tough.
And Jack Haney has 7. Makes it 24-17 and back to a 7-point advantage. Noah Teasley catches out top, around his man, drives for the layup. He got it as he fouled.
Just a quick decision to drive there. He caught the pass, and he was already making his first step to the basket as he received it. St. Anthony couldn't catch up. The foul is going to go against Aaron Webb, his second. Chance for a 3-point play just when Altamont really could use it.
Jack Elder comes out, coming back into the lineup, or actually making his first appearance, I do believe, is Eli Moore, number 33. Here comes Kenan Walsh quickly off the bench as he replaces Webb. Yeah, he was over there, and apparently something, I don't know if they just said he was tired or he needed out or what, but he came to the bench quickly. Meanwhile, Noah Klimpel's back in the ball game. He replaces Earhart for the Indians. Teasley finally gets the chance to take the free throw, and he missed it off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound Haney. He handed it to Antrim. Antrim backs it out with 3:39 to play in the second quarter as he's matched up out there with Booty. Now Antrim works from the left side to Haney at the center circle. Haney goes left, has the ball knocked loose. Klimpel's down there trying to get it. Loose ball scramble. Teasley is tied up by Haney as players hitting the floor, and possession arrow favors Altamont.
Just good aggressive defense from Altamont. As soon as you smell that loose ball, people are diving on it. It ends up being St. Anthony's 4th turnover, so 4 apiece for these teams. And Altamont with a chance to get a little closer.
I believe I said it was Earhart that was out. It was Yarhouse that was out. He caught a quick breather. He's back in for Booty. Klimpel will run the point this time for Altamont. Crosses the timeline, is double teamed, picks up the dribble, got it left side to Earhart. He goes to the baseline, cut off, sends a dangerous pass back to Klimpel, but it made it there. He fires the 3, no good. Dukewood in a crowd, grabs the rebound, but it's knocked loose, and diving to the floor and picking it up is Logan Antrim for St. Anthony. He flips it to Haney. Haney crosses the timeline, takes it to the right side. In the corner, he found Fearday. Fearday will bring it back out top with just under 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. He looks baseline to Haney. Haney skips it out top to Walsh, and as Haney delivered the pass, he ran over Denver Dukewood, and Dukewood takes the charge, and that's something he's known for around the area.
Haney's second foul, another turnover for St. Anthony, up to 5.
So Haney will now check out of the ball game. And coming in for him is Jack Elder.
Haney, Webb, and Dust all sitting on 2 fouls right now. Dust has been on the bench for St. Anthony for quite a while.
But still, they maintain a 5-point lead. Earhart brings it across the timeline for Altamont, matched up with Fearday. Fancy dribble at the top of the key, fires up a 3, no good. Beasley grabs the rebound, sends it over to Yarhouse, who went for a shot, and then he faked the shot and then bounced the ball, but the official said he came down before he got the ball bounced, and so that's a travel against Altamont with their 5th turnover. 2:33 to play in the second period. Kenan Walsh will walk it across the timeline. Yarhouse right there to challenge him. Walsh, though, spins into the lane and gets it out top to Fearday. Fearday leaves it with Antrim, who tries to drive in the lane. Earhart comes over to help, knocks it loose. Yarhouse picks it up ahead to Earhart, who lays it in on the left side.
Pretty good transition scoring right there for Altamont, turning a turnover into 2 quick points.
24-21, 2:05 on the first half clock. As Walsh handles on the right wing for the Bulldogs. Looking inside, nothing there this time. He's picked up his dribble, gets it all the way back out top to Antrim. Antrim takes it to the left side, hands it off, and Moore has it. He brings it to the top of the key, leaves it in the center circle with Fearday. Fearday works to the free throw line, hands it back to Moore. He goes to the left side, got in the crowd, got the ball stripped. Taking it away with Teasley, up to Klimple. 7th turnover for St. Anthony in the quarter, as Yarhouse gets the screen out top, drives on the right side, shot off the glass, no good. Teasley, though, an offensive rebound, but he was falling down, put up a shot, it was blocked, and coming out of there with it is Walsh. He drives up court, and he runs over an Indian defender. Getting back there was Denver Duquid, and he takes another charge.
He's done it a couple times in the last minute of game clock. So another St. Anthony turnover. They're up to 8, and that's also their 9th team foul.
With a minute 24 to play in the second quarter, boy, it looked like St. Anthony was going to have a golden opportunity to score, but a good hustle by Duquid. Now it's Yarhouse crossing the timeline, taking it to the right side. Now dribbles between the legs, leaves it with Teasley. He drives on the left side, puts a shot off the glass. It's a little strong. Rebound taken down by Moore. He brings it across the timeline, looks in the corner, finds Walsh. Walsh skip pass out top to Antrim. Just under a minute to play now in the first half. 24-21, St. Anthony with the ball in the 3-point lead. Walsh handling out on the perimeter, leans in from the left side through a crowd, and a foul is called. Teasley came off to help, and Yarhouse is called for the personal.
It's going to be Teasley picking up his 2nd. They say it was on the floor, so they're going to inbound. There was no shot put up, and it's still a common foul for Altamont.
Yarhouse raised his hand, said the foul was on him, but the officials didn't buy it.
That would have been better because Aiden doesn't have any.
Meanwhile, Jared Ruffner does come in to replace Teasley. St. Anthony works the inbounds. They've got it left wing with Moore, and now they back it out. 40 seconds. They spread the offense. They've got it. So Walsh in the corner for 3. They rattled out, no good. The rebound still coming out long all the way to the timeline, where it's finally gathered in by Walsh. They get it to Fearday, working into the lane. Muscles up a shot, no good. But he's fouled, and Fearday will head to the line for a couple.
So on this trip, Walsh had a 3-pointer halfway down and pop out. And then Fearday, that shot rolled around the rim for a little while before finally coming off. The foul goes against Kaden Earhart, his first. It's going to be a couple free throws for Caden Fearday.
First free throw, nothing but net for Fearday. He has 5 first half points, and they extend the lead to 4, 25-21. 25.8 seconds to play in the period. Fearday's next free throw is up, and it's good. So he hit them both. Fearday with 6 now. Altamont inbounds to Earhart. St. Anthony with some full court pressure. Earhart lost it, but Duquid picks it up. He gets it back to Earhart. A little sketchy there at the timeline. Earhart pushes a pass to Yarhouse, who gets it in the center circle. 12 seconds on the clock. Antrim challenges Yarhouse, but Yarhouse keeps the dribble. 8 seconds, and now the offense starts in a 1-4 low. Yarhouse around Antrim, stops and pops. 15-footer is good. Yarhouse has 6. Inbounds to Antrim. He does not get a shot away before the horn blows. That shot, actually, though he threw from three-quarter court, hit the front of the rim, but it was well after the buzzer. Well, it's been an entertaining first half of action, to say the least. St. Anthony leads Altamont at the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament, 26-23 here at halftime, and you're listening to it on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for over 40 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Back at Altamont High School at the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament Championship game, it is St. Anthony leading Altamont at the half, 26-23. St. Anthony had quarters of 15 and 11 for their total of 26. Altamont with quarters of 8 and 15 for their total of 23. Leading all scorers at the half is Jacob Dust. He had all of his points in the first quarter as he sat down virtually all of the second quarter with a couple of fouls. 7 points from Jack Haney. Caden Feardays chipped in with 6 points. Aaron Webb has added 3, and Logan Antrim has 2. The starting 5 has done all the scoring for St. Anthony, but Jack Elder, Connor Walk, Eli Moore, and Kenan Walsh have all taken the court as well for St. Anthony's Cody Rinker. For Altamont, more of a balanced attack, I guess you'd say. Aiden Yarhouse with 6, Noah Teasley with 6, Kaden Earhart has 5, Derrick Coleman with 4, and Noah Klimple off the bench with 2 points. Denver Dukewitz is yet to score in this ball game, but he has taken a couple of charges in the contest. Derek Booty has played, as has Jared Ruffner for the Altamont Indians. Again, they trail 26-23 here at halftime. They are recognizing the student-athlete scholarship that is given out. Each school in the conference nominates 2 people from the conference, and then the scholarships are handed out both to a boy and a girl. Now, where we're positioned, we can't make out clearly all of the names all the time, so I don't want to say anybody's names wrong, but hopefully we'll be able to catch who the winners are for sure as these students are being recognized here from each school, again, in the conference, as St. Anthony fans are definitely applauding their players, student athletes who are being recognized now. Gustin's been working on some stats. We can send it over to him for some halftime numbers.
I am ready to go, Matt, and both of these teams shot really well in that first half. St. Anthony, 10 of 19 from the field, 52.6%. Bulldogs hit all 4 of the free throws they took and were 2 for 5, 40% from three-point range. Altamont not too shabby in its own right, 10 out of 23, 43.5% from the field. Indians were 2 of 3 at the free throw line and 1 of 6, 16.7% from beyond the arc. Turnovers, quite a few of them for both teams, really. St. Anthony with 12, Altamont with 10, and the rebounding edge belonged to the Bulldogs in the first half. They had a 13-10 advantage on the glass. As far as individual statistics go, for Altamont, 6 points for Aiden Yarhouse on 2 of 6 shooting from the field. He had a 2-for-2 trip to the free throw line, a couple of assists for him as well. Noah Teasley also checking in at 6 points, 3 for 5 from the field, 0 for 1 from the free throw line with 3 rebounds. Kaden Earhart, 2 for 7 from the field for his 5 points, all 5 of those coming in the second quarter. A couple of rebounds for Kaden, and 4 points for Derrick Coleman. He's made the only 2 shots he has taken tonight, and he's also grabbed a couple of offensive boards. Denver Dukewitz 0 for 1 from the field, but he did take a couple of charges, as you mentioned. Noah Klimple, 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting with a rebound and an assist. And then Derek Booty and Jared Ruffner, both of them have played, but neither one has attempted a shot in this contest. As far as St. Anthony's individual statistics go, 8 points leading the way for Jacob Dust. As you mentioned, he barely played in the second quarter, scored all 8 of these in the first. He was 3 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds and 1 assist. 7 points for Jack Haney on 3 of 5 shooting, including 1 for 2 from three-point range. He also had a rebound and a couple of assists. 6 points for Caden Fearday. He hasn't missed a shot he's taken yet. He's 2 for 2 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Also had a rebound and an assist. 3 points for Aaron Webb. He was 1 for 3 from the field. That make was obviously a three-pointer. He also had an offensive rebound in this game. Logan Antrim, 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting. He had a rebound and 2 assists. So the starting 5 for St. Anthony all got in the scoring column. Kenan Walsh off the bench, 0 for 1 tonight from the field. He did have 3 rebounds. Jack Elder and Connor Walk, they've played. Neither one has attempted a shot. Eli Moore also yet to attempt a shot. He did grab a couple of boards in that first half of play. But the numbers that matter ultimately, Greg, or Matt, are 26 and 23. 26 is what St. Anthony has. 23 is what Altamont has. It is the Bulldogs with the 26-23 advantage at halftime. So again, they are just finishing up, recognizing those the scholarship nominees from each school. They've got that all finished up, and now it's time for that famous Altamont drum line to hit the floor, Matt.
We did catch the winners, I do believe, of the 2 $500 scholarships, but it's based on an essay that the students write from each school. And from Neoga, I believe it was Beth Partlow.
It's not Beth.
It's not Beth, but it is Partlow. If you know that young lady, then she was the winner from Neoga.
Kelsey, I believe.
For the boys' side of it, winner was Donovan Delaney. So congratulations to those 2 individuals. Again, they win the NTC student athlete scholarship. And again, that's based on an essay that's written and then judged. And Donovan Delaney from Altamont, and we know the last name is Partlow.
Kelsey, I'm going to say Kelsey Partlow.
Okay. Again, we can't always hear it clearly given our situation here in the booth. But congratulations to those 2 individuals on winning that scholarship. And what a fine group of young people that were on the floor here being recognized at halftime of this NTC championship game. And partly because Jack Haney was one of the ones that was a member of that crowd. They do leave the clock at 10 minutes until that recognition ceremony is over. So Jack can now go back with the Bulldogs, and they can have a full halftime with him receiving the instructions as well.
And both teams get a little extra rest. They were playing hard out there, and obviously it's going to be a scrappy second half. It's just a 3-point game, still anybody's ball game. St. Anthony had some bigger leads at times, but Altamont has done a good job of staying in this thing and only down 3 at halftime.
So 26-23 the score here at half. We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll come back with some more halftime information as we have a packed house here at the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament and a great game. 26-23, St. Anthony leads Altamont here at half, and you're catching all the action on 97.9 XFM.
With an expanded service department, our new Express Lube, and a huge lineup from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Geckner Brothers continues to build on the service and trust we've earned since 1937. Visit us online at gecknerbros.net. Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Your home for the 85th Annual NTC Tournament. On air and online at 979xfm.com.
And we welcome you back to the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament here at the half. It's 26-23, St. Anthony leading Altamont, and it's been an interesting game thus far, Dustin. 3 or 4 lead changes in the first couple of minutes of the ball game. Once St. Anthony took a 7-6 lead, then they expanded it all the way up to 9 points. But Altamont kept chipping away, got within 2, maybe 3, and that's where we're at here at the half.
Yeah, you know, Altamont has they've done some things very well. They, like you said, both teams came out scoring the ball extremely well early on. One thing I will say is that each club has gone through stretches where the turnovers just came in bunches, and if either of these clubs can just come out and play a very clean second half but maintain the defensive intensities that they had in that first half and force the same number of turnovers out of the opposition, they're going to be able to, that make that the difference in the ball game. For St. Anthony, we mentioned it, Jacob Dust, 8 points in this game. He leads all scorers. He didn't score in the second quarter. He barely played for the Bulldogs, obviously keeping him on the floor in the second half. I think this goes without saying. Keeping him on the floor is very important to what they want to do.
Both of the teams have emerged from their locker room, and there's 5:30 on the clock here at halftime. So they'll have plenty of time to warm up. And you bring up a valid point. Dust not playing, and St. Anthony still maintaining the lead. And I misspoke. Altamont did tie it up at 17 at one point in time. And then St. Anthony scored the next 5 straight for sure. And it's kind of been within that margin of 5 to 3 to 7 points. And here we are at the half in a 3-point game.
And that bit where St. Anthony pulled away was after Dust picked up that second foul. So you would think that maybe that would be the time. Like Altamont smells blood in the water, right? Like they've tied it up. They've gotten the big guy for the other team on the bench in foul trouble. This is where we go to work. But St. Anthony had an answer to that and, quickly regained the lead. I think they scored 5 points real quick after that 17-17 tie, and Altamont never has been able to even things back up. But, a 3-point game, it's obviously a matter of 1 or 2 possessions. If the Indians can come out in the second half and put a little something together, then maybe they could take that lead for the first time.
Officiating always is a key in a ball game, and how a game is officiated could, determine how the kids can read and react and play the game off of one another. And these officials come from the Champaign area, Paxton, Buckley, Lotus, Champaign, and Urbana. They've been down to the NTC tournament before, as Chris White, Bobby Hogard, and J.D. Howard have done a nice job throughout the years as officials. But I would wonder if you would agree with me if the whistles have been a little tighter than we've seen at some contests throughout the game, meaning maybe not as much contact is allowed. We've also seen a couple of carries and a couple of calls that sometimes are made and sometimes aren't.
The thing I'll say about that is, regardless if you feel that way or not, I don't think that either team could say, well, it's gone against us more than it's gone against the other. And that's all you can ever really ask is that, officials kind of get into a flow just like the players do. And they've been, to their credit, I think that they have been pretty consistent with the way they've done it. And so it's on the teams to make the adjustment. And for St. Anthony, they've got 3 guys with 2 fouls. And if Webb or Haney or Dust pick up a quick third, that is going to have an effect on how they approach the rest of this half of basketball.
So to me, it'll be interesting then to see how Altamont decides to attack, if they want to try to go at those players if they get the opportunity, not without, within reason, I guess is what I'm saying, and see if maybe they can draw an early third foul on any one of them.
And Altamont, Noah Teasley's the only person with multiple fouls. He's sitting at 2. If I'm the Indians, do I say, well, let's try and see if we can step up our defensive intensity just a little bit more. You obviously don't want to start giving up a bunch of cheapies and putting them on the line, put them in the bonus with a whole quarter left to play. But maybe come out really aggressively early on. See if you can get away with a little more than you did in the first half, and see if maybe you could force some turnovers, take a few gambles defensively, because nobody's in foul trouble. You're not going to lose anybody if they get a hand check called against them or something like that. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
It should be an interesting second half. We'll take a 60-second break and bring it to you from the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
The Effingham area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air and online at 979xfm.com.
Welcome back to the National Trail Conference Tournament, 85th Annual Edition. What a great venue, what a great atmosphere for a championship game of a great 1A conference as Altamont and St. Anthony are doing battle. St. Anthony with the 26-23 lead. Real quick before the half starts, want to take our time to thank all our 30-plus sponsors for the radio broadcast and our numerous sponsors for the video webcast throughout the week here at Altamont as well. Without those sponsors, none of this is possible.
Well, and also, just the fact that those sponsors know that so many people are listening, so all the listeners at home, we appreciate them and making it worth the sponsors' while. And, the people here at Altamont, too, for putting on a great tournament and accommodating us every step of the way and just really making our job as easy as possible.
Looking down on the court, looks like the starters are out there for Altamont, and it appears to be the starters for St. Anthony as Webb, Antrim, Haney, Fearday, and Dust take the court for the Bulldogs. Yarhouse, Earhart, Dukewitz, Teasley, and Coleman for Altamont. The second half is underway as it's St. Anthony ball. Antrim hands it off to Webb. Webb brings it across the top of the key. Immediately they go inside to Dust. Turnaround shot no good. Fight for the rebound. And a foul is whistled as Yarhouse and Haney were both going after it. And I think Yarhouse is called for the foul.
Yeah, that shot is very long.
Ooh,
and Haney caught the long rebound and apparently was going back up for the shot when Dukewitz was whistled for his second foul. So a quick foul for Altamont and a quick couple of free throws coming up for Jack Haney.
Haney's first free throw is good. He has 8 points in the ball game. Makes it 27-23 and a 4-point advantage.
Neither team shot a lot of free throws in the first half. St. Anthony was 4 for 4. Altamont was 2 out of 3.
So here's the next from Haney. It rattles around and drops through, so he now leads St. Anthony and all scorers with 9 points. Makes it 28-23, that 5-point edge. Earhart will bring it up court, gets the screen out top from Teasley, takes it to the left side, stops, flips it out to Coleman, back to Earhart. Earhart gets a screen from Coleman, top of the key 3, off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound, Fearday. He picks it out of the air and leaves it with Antrim, who runs it up the left side, crosses over, gets into the lane, tried to hit Haney in the corner. Pass was tipped out of bounds by Yarhouse, and it'll stay with St. Anthony along the sideline. 7:26 on the clock here. Inbounds, goes all the way in backcourt to Antrim. Antrim walks it across the timeline, meets Denver Dukewitz. Antrim bounces it in the post for Dust. Double team comes. Dust spins away from one, dribbles into another, gets it out to Webb for a 3. It's around and no good. Yarhouse has the rebound, and the Indians push it. Yarhouse ahead to Earhart, crashes in, and a blocking foul is whistled. Boy, that's a tough one. We've seen that one go the other way throughout the contest, but it's a foul on Haney.
They could have called a charge, and I would have said, sure. They called the block on Haney. I can't really argue it too much either. But that's a big one for Haney, is that's his 3rd foul. We talked about, if one of those guys with 2 fouls got a quick one, and Jack Haney just picked up his 3rd.
Earhart sinks the first free throw, and Haney's a key for this ball club. He scores well, doesn't always lead them in scoring, but he always takes the other team's best guard on defense, and he just creates opportunities for others and himself. And This could be a significant loss for the Bulldogs here.
And he does indeed have a seed, as they have gotten him out of the game.
Meanwhile, Earhart hits the second free throw. Now he has 7 to lead the Indians. Makes it 28-25 with a minute gone in the third quarter. Still a 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. Antrim walks it up court, leaves it with Webb. Webb finds the teammate out top. That's Walsh, who checked in for Haney. They go to Webb. He drives the left baseline, cut off, sends it out to Fearday. Open three off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound, tracked down by Dukewood to Earhart. Earhart crosses the timeline, gets a screen out top, takes it to the right side, looks for Dukewood. Dukewood goes to the right baseline, cut off, and flips it out to Earhart. Now to Yarhouse in the center circle. He brings it over to the left side. Now back to the right after a screen from Coleman. Got around a man, stops and pops. 12-footer, no good. And Webb, a weak side rebound for St. Anthony. They push it up court quickly. Dust with a great catch. Leans in. The shot is up and good. What a great find. And Dust caught it on the fingertips and stuck it up and in. 30-25. 6:12 on the third quarter clock. Yarhouse drives in the lane. Floats in there. Puts up a tough shot. No good. Rattled out. Dust the rebound ahead to Antrim. Weaves around the defense. Flips it up and in. Little runner in the lane. And Altamont takes their first time out of the ball game. 2 minutes into the third quarter. St. Anthony leads by 7, 32-25. You're listening to high school basketball and the NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for over 40 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
St. Anthony has pushed the lead to 7, 32-25 with 2 minutes played here in the third quarter. Altamont took the timeout. They'll bring it up court with Earhart running at this time. Flips it out top to Coleman. Coleman holds, bounces it for Yarhouse, right side, gets the screen, goes into the lane, leaves in the corner with Dukewood. Dukewood drives baseline, tried to get a pass away, and he drugged the pivot foot.
Yeah, it wasn't quite ready to get rid of the basketball when he stopped, and his momentum carried him just a little extra. So the first turnover for either team of the quarter gives it back to St. Anthony.
St. Anthony looking to push the lead back to 9. If they do so, it would be their largest, maybe even 10 with the three-point play. Webb holding it on the side, gets it out top to Antrim, center circle. Altamont's played man-to-man the entire game with the exception of a couple of zones off of inbound plays. Webb comes to get it on the left wing. Now he brings it around the top of the key. Had the ball knocked loose. Finally picked up by Yarhouse. He brings it up the right side, drives for the layup, and he got it. Hayden Yarhouse with 8 after the St. Anthony turnover.
A little defense into offense right there, a one-man drive.
32-27, 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Antrim with it on the left wing. Goes baseline to Dust, about 12 feet from the hoop. Spins against Coleman, lost the handle. Got it back, leaves it with Antrim. Antrim out on the left wing, backs out, now skips it across to Walsh. Now on the wing to Webb. Right side, Webb backs it out, moves towards the center circle, back again towards the right side. A long way from the hoop, and St. Anthony's just spreading the court. Killing some time. Earhart gets close enough to Webb, so Webb finds Walsh. Walsh bounces it over to Fearday. Fearday on the right side. Spins at the top of the key. Now looks for the backdoor cutter. That's Webb. It catches in a crowd, eludes the defense, and puts it up and in. Aaron Webb's 5th point makes it 34-27. Altamont hustles it up with Yarhouse. St. Anthony back defensively. Yarhouse gets a screen, goes to the left side, flips it out to Coleman. Coleman over to Earhart. Earhart off a Coleman screen. Drives to the right side. Shot off the glass. Missed it. Rebound tapped out long to Teasley. He drives in the lane. Finds Earhart in the corner for 3. Left it short. Rebound. Fearday saves it along the baseline. And he got it to Webb. Webb to Antrim. Antrim up court to Walsh. Right corner, and he traveled with it as he started to make a move. Thought he might pull the trigger on a three, decided to go into the lane, and when he did, he traveled.
Yeah, when the dust cleared, he probably wishes he had just pulled the trigger on that corner three-pointer, but like you said, shifted the pivot a little bit there. Got called for St. Anthony's second turnover.
Altamont makes a couple of substitutions. Jared Ruffner and Noah Klimple back into the ball game as Dukewitz and Coleman sit. Klimple works the ball across the timeline, got into the lane, and got fouled. 3:40 on the third quarter clock when the whistle blew.
Kenan Walsh picking up his second. That's the second team foul for the Bulldogs.
So 3:40 to play here in the corner. Inbounds goes in the corner to Teasley. He'll hand it off to Yarhouse, who came back to get it after triggering it in. Yarhouse moves to the center circle, gets a screen out top. Now it's picked up by Dust. And they manage to challenge a pass with Antrim. Knocked loose. St. Anthony gets the steal. They throw it ahead to Antrim, and Antrim lays it up and in.
Boy, that was some pretty transition basketball right there. A couple of quick passes, and Antrim gets the layup to go.
9-point advantage again for St. Anthony, matching their largest lead of the ball game. 36-27 with 3:10 to play in the third. Altamont has it with Earhart out top. Moves to the right side. Layup off the glass is good. Kaden Earhart has 9, and it's 36-29. Altamont back within 7. Just under 3 minutes to play in the third. Antrim handling out top. Remember, this is his first start in 3 weeks after suffering an injury. But he played on Thursday night and got the start tonight. Played in a lot of minutes. He got it to Walsh, out top to Webb. Webb jump stop in the lane, corner to Fearday for 3, and he buried it. Caden Fearday with 9 in the ball game. Makes it a 10-point advantage. That is St. Anthony's largest lead. Yarhouse gets a screen out top from Ruffner. They send it over to Klimple. Klimple on the left wing, splits the defense, gets into the lane, leans in, shot off the glass, no good. Rebound tapped out long, and Yarhouse has it as bodies litter the lane. Yarhouse waits, now gets the screen, drives to the right side, looks for Earhart in the corner. Earhart now will take it into the lane, and on his way to the basket, he got bumped before the shot. So a foul whistled before the shot. It'll be Altamont ball on the baseline.
Yeah, he got a shot to go, but fouled on the floor ahead of time. Looking to see who that's against. That's going to be another one for Kenan Walsh. So he's up to 3, team third, and they're going to make a substitution, get him out of there.
Walsh is out, Fearday's out, Jack Elder's in, and Eli Moore's back. Altamont will give Kaden Earhart a rest as Denver Dukewitz returns. Altamont in a 4-low set across the baseline on the inbounds. They flip it out to Ruffner. He goes to Teasley. Teasley looks inside, nothing there, finds Yarhouse on the right wing. He backs it out, gets it to the top of the key, now leaves it with Ruffner. Squared up to take a 3, didn't pull the trigger, leaves it with Klimple. Klimple drives, leaves a beautiful pass into Ruffner. The defense recovers, swats the shot, but apparently got Ruffner on the arm.
Boy, if Ruffner was able to catch that clean and just go straight up with it, he's got an easy 2 points. But his momentum was carrying him away from the basket a little bit. St. Anthony bails him out with the foul. That's going to be Logan Antrim's second, and Ruffner with a chance for a couple of free throws.
Yeah, Antrim and Dust lapsed on Ruffner after, like you said, if he could have just caught it clean, he would have had a quicker look, but it pulled him under the basket, and he had to reset. Free throw, no good. And Dust will check out. Caden Fearday's back in for him. So he played 6 minutes of the third quarter without picking up a critical third foul.
Yep.
So now he's basically in good shape from here on, you'd say, for a while.
Could be.
Ruffner puts the second free throw up. It's off the side of the rim, no good. He missed them both, and the rebound comes down to Eli Moore. Moore handed it off to Antrim. Antrim across the timeline to Fearday. Back out top to Moore. Now to Antrim. He's way out on the perimeter on the right side. He'll spin, go towards the lane. Gets it out to Moore. Corner 3, no good. Boy, they're battling for the boards inside. And then Moore landed out of bounds after Teasley touched him, according to the official. I think it's after the shot, though.
I was going to say, did they give him? Yeah, I was going to say that on the clear out after the missed three-pointer, he got fouled.
Teasley will check out. Earhart in for him. Inbounds goes to the center circle from the sideline. They get Antrim out there. Antrim goes to Fearday. Caden Fearday, a dribble, and now out top to Moore. Moore holds, gets it over to Webb. Webb looking inside, nothing there. Now will penetrate himself, and nice pass to Elder. He drew the defense, left it with Elder, and Elder stuck it up and in. So it's 41-29, up to a 12-point lead. Altamont trying to answer. Klimple drives into the lane, and he gets fouled.
I think Jack Elder is going to be the guy whistled. We'll wait and see. Yes, Jack was defending him, kind of having to hang on a little bit. That's his second, up to 5 team fouls for St. Anthony.
1:12 on the clock in the third quarter. Inbounds goes out to Ruffner, now back to Dukewood. Dukewood spins from the top of the key, gets to the free throw line, and leaves it out top again with Yarhouse. Yarhouse around the screen. Gets it out top to Ruffner. Ruffner looks in, nothing there. Goes to Earhart. Earhart will drive from the top of the key to the left side of the lane. He lays it up and in. Kaden Earhart with 11 makes it a 10-point game, 41-31. Altamont needs to stop here with 45 seconds to play in the third.
Earhart scored 6 of their 8 points.
Anthem runs into the lane, got in the air, had nowhere to go. Pass is picked off by Altamont. Yarhouse gets into the paint, and as he tries to work through the defense, he's knocked to the floor, and Yarhouse will go to the line for a couple.
They decided, why wait for St. Anthony to come down and set up their defense? I'm just going to go attack the basket. Gets himself to the free throw line, and it's the 16th foul for St. Anthony. It's Caden Fearday's first, but more importantly, gets Altamont the bonus for for the entire fourth quarter, plus these 37.5 seconds here in the third.
So Yarhouse goes to the line for 2. First one's up and around and good. He has 9 points in the game, and to be honest, Dustin, the way this game's being officiated, I would attack the basket a lot.
Absolutely.
You're going to get to the line more often than not, as long as you just make a good, strong move without running anybody over.
Exactly.
Here's Yarhouse's next free throw. It's up and rattles around and drops through. So he has his 10th point of the ball game. Makes it 41-33. Altamont back within 8. 33 seconds to play in the third quarter. Antrim across the timeline, leaves it out with Webb in the center circle. Webb looks for Moore. He's on the right side. Moore, jump pass over to Webb. Webb's on the left wing. Sends it back out top to Antrim. Antrim's going to set the offense with 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Leaves it now with Webb. Webb spins around the defender, gets into the lane, leaves it with Moore. Moore goes baseline. 15-footer is around and no good. Elder, though, has the offensive rebound. As he put a shot up, he was fouled, and Jack Elder goes to the line for a couple.
It was a tough shot for Moore on the baseline here. But good work from Elder to get on the offensive glass, draw Kaden Earhart's second foul, get himself a trip to the free throw line.
Elder's free throw is up off the back of the rim, and a drop bounces off, no good. They do make a correction now. It was 32 on the foul. That's what I thought when I saw the action. But they signaled in 24, and now they've changed it to 32, Dukewood.
So instead of Earhart's second, it's Dukewood's third.
Meanwhile, that free throw is missed. The rebound, Dukewood. Yarhouse, he gets it to the timeline. Shot at the buzzer, no good as it bangs off the backboard, and the third quarter comes to a close. St. Anthony edges the lead up to 8 as we head into the final period of action. It's St. Anthony 41, Altamont 33. You're listening to the NTC Championship game on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more.
St. Anthony outscored Altamont in that third quarter 15-10. They pushed the lead to as many as 12, but we have an 8-point ball game as we head into this final period of action.
St. Anthony 6 of 11 from the floor in that third quarter. The Bulldogs up to 16 out of 30 from the field for the game. That's better than 50%, and that'll get the job done. Altamont just 3 of 9 from the field in that third period. And really all the scoring done by 2 guys. Earhart with 6 points, Yarhouse with 4.
Altamont ball as we start the fourth quarter of action. Inbounds and backcourt to Yarhouse. He's matched up with Eli Moore. He leaves it with Earhart. He circles the perimeter, brings it to the left wing. Now goes out top to Yarhouse. Yarhouse gets a screen from Coleman. Goes to the left side. Man falls down. Yarhouse attacks. Drives to the basket and sticks it up and in. Yarhouse has 12. And it's a 6-point game, 41-35. Haney has a little trouble. Yarhouse out there challenging, but Haney picks up the ball and sends a cross-court pass to Fearday on the left side. Back to Moore, to Haney, inside to Dust, spins, shot off the glass, didn't get it. Fight for the rebound. Coleman had him blocked out. Him is Dust, and Dust picked up a personal.
Yeah, Dust was never squared up to the basket, took a bad shot, and then was out of position. Then something happened.
Well, St. Anthony fans are just reacting to the call. And I didn't think there was much to react to there.
No.
But that should be sending Altamont to the line for a 1-and-1. The scorer's bench continues to blow the horn, and now they finally get the officials' attention to send Teasley to the charity stripe, as he and Coleman both had Dust boxed out. And so Dust returns to the bench with his third foul.
They tried to get him involved right away, but like I said, just never really got himself squared up to the basket. A tough look, and Coleman with the good positioning on the rebound.
Free throw up for Teasley is good. Teasley has 7 now in the ball game, and he hit the front end of that 1-and-1. The officials let the players talk, and now they flip the ball to Teasley. He takes one dribble, puts this free throw up. It's off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound secured by Elder. He came into the ball game for Dust. He flips it over to a teammate who's behind the scoreboard. That's Moore. He gets it over to Connor Walk, who's in the ball game. They throw it back out top to Moore. He's at the center circle. He's going to cross over, works his way to the baseline, picked up the ball, got it to a teammate. Walk crashes, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Yarhouse. Altamont, Yarhouse throws it in the corner, and that pass was way too tall for Duquesne. Just slipped out of his hand for an unforced error. Altamont's first turnover of the fourth quarter.
Altamont, after turning it over 10 times in the first half, only 2 turnovers in the third quarter, but a quick one here in this fourth.
41-36, a 5-point ball game as St. Anthony got the ball inbounded. They made a couple of changes. Aaron Webb's on the court, and Antrum's back. Antrim brings it across the timeline, flips it to Webb. Webb moves to the corner with a pass to Fearday. Fearday around a defender, lays it off the glass, and it's good. Caden Fearday in double figures. He has 11. Now Antrim knocks the ball loose, and Yarhouse dives on top of it, but he's on the baseline. And Antrim, he's so quick. He does that so well. Forced the turnover against the Indians.
Just disrupting things on that inbound play. It's kind of a play that you take for granted sometimes, that you're going to inbound the ball after a made basket on this end, but Antrim gets down there, wreaks havoc, and ends up forcing Altamont's second turnover of the quarter.
He's still looking for somewhere to go. Fearday finally pops open in the lane, works between two now, puts up a tough shot. It's no good. Rebound tipped by Elder, picked up by Haney, and Haney sticks it up and in. So Haney has 11. Makes it 45-36, back to a 9-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Yarhouse to the left side, gets it out top to Dukewood. Dukewood to Klimple. Klimple moves to the right wing, now drives into the lane, puts up a runner with the left hand, left it short. Elder with a great box out, secures the rebound. 6 minutes to play. St. Anthony looking to add to the lead. Coach Rinker says, let's calm things down, walk it up court, and get set. Antrim obliges. He has it in the center circle, just off to the side of it, I guess. Over on the left side, now brings it to Fearday in the corner. Fearday spins away from the defense, and he shoved Klimple out of the way.
Yep.
And that's an offensive foul.
Yeah, it's one of those, you extend the arm like that, it's going to get called every time. You know, if you just bump into him, probably nothing's going to happen there. But once you get your free non-dribbling hand out, they're going to whistle you, and that's St. Anthony's first turnover.
5:35 to play. Earhart comes to get the inbounds pass from the sideline. Brings it over to the left side. He muscles up a shot off the glass, and it's good. Kaden Earhart has 13 in the ball game. Altamont's back within 7, 45-38.
Without Earhart in the second half, Altamont would be in a lot of trouble. He scored 8 points here in the second half.
Antrim on the dribble, finds Haney in the corner, inside to Elder. Turnaround shot in the post, left it short. There's Haney, though, keeping the possession alive with an offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Fearday, who finds Webb underneath before a shot. And we've got Earhart and Webb kind of going after each other. The officials grab both of them. Good job here by J.D. Howard to get control of this situation.
Yeah, you know, the rebound came down. Aaron Webb got fouled pretty hard by Earhart, but nothing particularly malicious about it. Just a hard foul, but Webb wasn't too happy about it. So they just get the officials together. The officials get them together and say, "Listen, we're not gonna let this escalate anymore."
And the foul was on the floor before any sort of a shot. And Webb, he kind of took an extra swipe there, and that's what drew the attention of the officials.
Yeah.
Coach Rinker's getting it explained to him over on the sideline. I think he thought Webb was shooting.
Well, I kind of thought he was too.
And now we're going to have the inbounds from the baseline. Haney just lobs it up to Fearday. Back to Haney. Puts off the shot underneath. No good, but he got fouled from behind as Haney works his way to the free throw line for a couple.
Yarhouse going to get that one. His first foul of the game.
Really?
They're showing 14 fouls up on the board, but thought it should have gone to 4 after that last one that was talked about quite a bit.
Meanwhile, Haney hits the first of 2 free throws. He has 12, and it's an 8-point edge for the Bulldogs. Derrick Coleman off the bench, but they had already given Haney the ball, and now he will come in after Haney hits that charity shot. He has 13 in the ball game, and Denver Dukewitz is going to check out for Altamont. So 5:05 to play in the fourth quarter. Noah Teasley going to trigger it into Earhart. St. Anthony kind of picked up, showed a little token pressure, but they're going to back off. Earhart gets it across the timeline, and now the man-to-man kicks in for the Bulldogs. Earhart to the top of the key, leaves it with Coleman. Coleman bounces it over for Yarhouse. Yarhouse brings it to the right side, now gets it out top to Teasley. Teasley works in the lane, runner up and good. Noah Teasley has 9. And what do we have now, a whistle? Maybe a delay of game here. I don't know what that whistle was about. I'll be honest, I had my head down, and there we go.
Delay a game, yep.
Delay a game with 4:44 in the fourth quarter. Nothing about it this time, but if it happens again, St. Anthony will shoot a technical. Klimple pounding Antrim as he got it across the timeline, but he gets it baseline to Haney.
Yep.
Haney now tries to drive, and he's cut off by Klimple, and Klimple's called to the block.
Yeah, it was getting a little too physical there for them to keep letting it go, so Klimple is going to pick up his first, up to 5 team fouls now for Altamont.
And Jacob Dust back into the ball game, replacing Elder. Haney's looking to trigger it in, still looking, gets it on the side to Webb. Webb works into the lane, gets up in the air, or gets his man up in the air, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Teasley, outlet to Yarhouse. Indians trying to get a little closer, trailing by 7. Yarhouse around a couple of Bulldogs, spins, gets it back out top to Coleman. Now over to Earhart. Earhart top of the key, backs out and starts again. Fearday right there with him, doing a good job of shutting him down. Now Earhart moves to the right side, still on the dribble. Finally got rid of it. Don't know why it wasn't a 5 count, but Altamont gets it to Yarhouse. Tried to get into the lane and lost the handle. Poke free. Webb comes out of there with it across the timeline. Slows things down and hands it to Haney on Altamont's 3rd turnover of the quarter. Now Webb's wide open for a corner 3. Shot no good, but a weak side rebound for Fearday. His putback is missed because he's fouled underneath, and Kaden Fearday goes to the line for a couple.
Yeah, Webb, he was just standing there for a minute and was like, well, if nobody's going to step up, I'll go ahead and take this 3. It was no good, but the rebound long off the back, goes long on the weak side. Fearday able to come up with a rebound, takes the foul from Coleman, his 2nd.
Fearday at the line, first of 2, off the back of the rim, no good. Denver Dukewitz comes back into the ball game for Noah Klimple. Altamont running with their starting 5, so are St. Anthony with 3:49 to play in the ball game. And as soon as I say that, Jack Elder comes in to replace Jacob Dust. Might be working a little offense-defense.
I think so, yep.
And the defense is because Dust has 3 fouls.
Mm-hmm.
And, you're up 7, still something to think about. This one on the way for Fearday, back of the rim, no good, but the rebound's out long. Haney tips it, and Antrim grabs it. Goes to the baseline, spins, puts a shot off the glass, no good. Webb, an offensive rebound. His putback is missed. Might have rushed it a little bit, might have had more time, but it's easy for me to say. Teasley, the rebound, got it to Yarhouse. Yarhouse spins at the top of the key, or actually out at the center circle. Leaves it with Earhart right side. Now out top Coleman to Yarhouse left wing. He'll drive to the left baseline. Eludes the defense. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebound taken out of there by Webb. Strong rebound from Webb.
Pretty good move from Yarhouse. Just couldn't get the finish.
So it remains a 7-point advantage for St. Anthony. 3:09 to play in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs with the ball in the lead. Fearday gets it out top to Webb. He'll drive the left side of the lane. Gets it in the corner to Elder. Out to Antrim. Wing 3. Good. Logan Antrim with a big shot for the Bulldogs, puts them up 10 with under 3 minutes to play. Yarhouse gets a screen from Teasley out top. He's picked up his dribble, lives to Dukewoods, now back out to Yarhouse. Yarhouse again gets a screen from Coleman, works to the left side, spins back to the right side, into the lane, jumper short. Coleman, an offensive rebound, has it knocked loose. It's on the floor. They're fighting for it. Still loose. Players diving all over the place, and Antrim has it. Somehow got it to Webb. The Altamont players are on the floor, looking up court for Haney. Haney lays it up and in. Now Altamont on the attack. They drive baseline. Pass was tipped. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by St. Anthony along the sideline. But the Bulldogs got the lead back up to 12 on that exchange.
Well, and Altamont fortunate to not have a turnover there because, honestly, Kaden Earhart was throwing it into no man's land, but that St. Anthony player put a hand on it, tipped it out of bounds anyway, and the Indians will retain possession, but they got to get something going. 12 down and 2:15 to go.
Teasley skip pass to Earhart, left side three, left short. Rebound out long to Yarhouse. He'll square up for the three and bury it. Yarhouse connects for his 15th point of the night, and Altamont takes a quick timeout. 2:06 to play in the contest. It's 52-43 as Altamont takes the 30-second break. St. Anthony with the lead. You're listening to the NTC Championship on 97.9 XFM.
With an expanded service department, our new Express Lube, and a huge lineup from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Geckner Brothers continues to build on the service and trust we've earned since 1937. Visit us online at gecknerbros.net. Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
We welcome you back to the championship game of the NTC tournament. Paula Jones is watching from home in Effingham. First game she's missed this week. She was in the black chair seats all week with her dad, Joe Milchman, sitting right down there to our left.
Joe, however, would not miss this for the world. He is down there.
It'll be St. Anthony ball to bring the length of the court after the timeout. Altamont's playing a full court man-to-man. Fearday does get it inbounded to Logan Antrim. Noah Klimple in the ball game, guarding Antrim. Antrim swings it behind the back, gets across the timeline. Almost got out of control, but got it to Fearday, who got it inside to Dust. They collapse on him, and Dust muscles up for a shot. It's no good, but he's fouled, and Jacob heads to the line.
Yeah, I think Jacob had about 3 black jerseys hanging off of him by the time he put that shot up. Ultimately, the foul is going to go against Yarhouse. That's his second.
The Dust puts the free throw up. It's off the heel of the rim, no good. It remains a 9-point game. St. Anthony with the lead. 1:54 on the clock. That's the biggest enemy, or has been an enemy, I guess I should say, for Altamont now as the Bulldogs. That free throw for Dust off the mark, no good. Rebound Dukewood. Yarhouse trots it up court, gets a screen, goes to the left side, gets it top of the key to Teasley. Fakes the three, tries to drive in the lane. Antrim rips the ball away from Teasley. Teasley reaches back and gets called for the foul.
Yeah, that's just a straight pickpocket move for Logan Antrim there. Swiped it right away from him, and Teasley, trying to get the ball back, picks up his 4th foul, and that's going to send Antrim to the line for a 1 and bonus.
Minute 43 left in the contest. Antrim at the line for a big 1-and-1. It's a 9-point lead, but does anybody from St. Anthony feel comfortable?
No.
But they'd feel a lot better with a couple of free throws. Antrim first on the way, off the side of the rim, no good. Teasley gets the rebound for Altamont. Outlet to Yarhouse across the timeline to the top of the key where he gets a screen from Teasley, goes to the right side, finds Dukewitz out top. Dukewitz travels. He took an extra step trying to get into the lane, and that's the 5th Indian turnover with a minute 32 on the clock.
They had a pretty clean third quarter, only 2 turnovers in that third quarter, but they've had 5 in every other period.
Before the inbounds, the official did spot Cody Rinker asking for a timeout. So it'll be a 30-second timeout for St. Anthony. They lead 52-43 at the NTC Championship game. You're listening to it on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for over 40 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
Minute 32 left in this one. St. Anthony leads 52-43. They've led by as many as 12 in this contest here in the second half. But they've got to bring it the length of the court, working against Altamont's man-to-man. Fearday looking to trigger, still looking, finally gets it to Haney. Haney hassled, but gets it across the timeline. Now to the top of the key where he slows down and leaves it with Antrim out top. Antrim flips it over to Haney. Haney back to Webb. Webb is fouled out there by Yarhouse as he was finally able to catch up with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, John Nieberge was begging his guys to step out on the ball, but St. Anthony trying to move it quickly, make it a little tough. Every second that burns off the clock is a big one for the Bulldogs. Finally, Indians were able to track him down and get the foul. That was Yarhouse picking up a third.
So a 1-and-1 on the way for Aaron Webb. I think they wanted him to foul Antrim, who had just missed, but they get Webb instead, and that shot's off the heel of the rim, no good, but the rebound comes out long. Fearday back-tapped it, got it to Antrim. Antrim tries to pass it to a teammate. Dust in the corner makes a tough catch, and as soon as Dust secured it, a timeout was taken by St. Anthony because Coach Rinker knew he was going to be in trouble. So another timeout here, a 30-second break with a minute 12 to play. It's St. Anthony 52, Altamont 43. NTC action on 97.9.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Their left side of the court. Haney will be the trigger man. Altamont playing the man-to-man defense. Haney looks into the lane. They free up Dust for a lob. He makes the catch, and Earhart commits the foul because it was going to be an easy two-point opportunity for Dust if he didn't.
Yeah, he stuck in the back door there. A nice lob pass for him, and Earhart basically hanging on to make sure he just physically could not get the shot up. So Dust, who just had an 0-for-2 trip not too long ago, and St. Anthony just missing free throws left and right here in this fourth quarter. He's going to have two more coming up.
Free throw for Dust this time is good. He has 11 now in the ball game. Makes it 53-43, a 10-point advantage. Elder goes to the scorer's table, but he's going to come in for Dust if he makes this shot. Dust takes a couple of dribbles, puts this one up, and it's good. So Dust hits the free throws. He has 12 in the ball game, and now he'll check out with the lead of 54-43 in favor of St. Anthony. Inbounds goes to Yarhouse. He's blasted it up the left side, got to the wing, now slows down. Antrim right there with him. Gets the screen out top. Ball knocked loose by Fearday, but Yarhouse gets it back. Leaves it with Earhart. Now he has it knocked away in the center circle. Altamont takes a timeout because they're not heading towards the basket.
No.
So 54.4 seconds left, 54-43 the score. Altamont takes a 30-second break. We will as well. NTC tournament action on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
(54-43) championship game of the NTC tournament. It's been a great atmosphere and really good ball game.
Yeah, it's been competitive. You know, St. Anthony up 11, but as we've mentioned before, they should never have felt comfortable.
Inbounds goes into the middle of the court. The pass was off target, and St. Anthony gets the steal. Now Antrim tries to bring it up court. He's caught by Klimple, and there's another foul against the Indians. And going to the line is Logan Antrim for a couple.
Just a frustrating trip down the floor for the Indians. You took too much time trying to get something to go, so you take the time out to try and reorganize, and then on the inbounds play, throw it away. St. Anthony had a chance to add to this 11-point lead under a minute to go.
But credit St. Anthony for playing good man-to-man defense, staying right there with Altamont.
Absolutely.
Antrim's free throw is up and good. So Antrim has 11, and a very balanced attack from St. Anthony. 4 players now in double figures. Antrim with a couple of dribbles. Bends it in his hands, takes a couple more dribbles. Deep breath, bends the knees, free throws up, and good. So Logan Antrim has 12. Makes it 56-43. The 13-point edge is the largest of the night. Yarhouse crosses the timeline and was bumped out there. So Yarhouse is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1.
And Cody Rinker so frustrated on the sideline, just saying that's completely unnecessary. You know, we've got a 13-point lead. Why let them score with the clock stopped?
And Yarhouse, with 15 in the ball game, will look to hit the front end of a 1-and-1 here.
Still a 1-and-1.
42.8 seconds to play. Free throw up for Yarhouse. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound is loose. Antrim, no, Haney finally grabs it. And Yarhouse grabs him for the foul.
Yarhouse up to 4 now.
He kind of was the designated fouler, him and Klimple.
Now he's going to have to stay away from it. He and Teasley both with 4. Of course, only 38.7 seconds left to go.
Jack Haney back to the free throw line. He'll have a couple of opportunities as it's double bonus for the Bulldogs. Haney with 15 in the ball game. First is up and good. Jack now with 16 in the contest. He leads all scorers. Jacob Dust out. Jack Elder in. 38.7 again on the clock. St. Anthony appears to be poised to win their 4th NTC tournament in a row. Free throw for Haney is good. He hit them both. He has 17. 58-43. Altamont across the timeline. Yarhouse on the left side. This time they let him go when he gets to the basket, and he puts it up and in. Yarhouse has 17. It's a 58-45 score and a full timeout taken by Altamont with 30 seconds to play in the championship game of the NTC tournament. You're listening to it on 97.9 XFM.
Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
And furnace combos for a ridiculously low price.
And when we pay less, you pay less.
Purchase an air conditioner at Jansen's regular price and get a furnace for at least $1,516 less.
You may also qualify for financing with no money down.
Only a few remain. 347-5223. JansensHeating.com.
Welcome back to the NTC tournament. St. Anthony inbounded the ball quickly to Jacob Dust. Dust was quickly fouled by Noah Klimple, and so Jacob Dust goes to the line for a couple of free throws. First one's up and good. He has 14 now, or 13 rather, in the ball game.
You know, I mentioned a rash of missed field goals for St. Anthony, or free throws rather, in this fourth quarter. Since then, they've hit 4, now 5 in a row.
Dust hit them both. He has 14 in the game. Elder will come in for Dust. 28.3 seconds left. It's a 15-point lead again for St. Anthony. Dukewood triggers it into Earhart. Earhart has it on the right side, throws it ahead to Yarhouse. Yarhouse is going to drive, stops, shot off the glass. Nope, wasn't off the glass, and it rolled out, no good. Haney the rebound, caught by Klimple, and Jack Haney goes back to the free throw line. With 19 seconds left, they're looking to get their largest lead of the game.
Klimple's 4th, just for the sake of accuracy, but I think that St. Anthony they haven't really had a chance to breathe easy tonight, but I think with a 15-point lead, 19 seconds to go, they'll be all right.
Haney hits the first of 2. He has 18 in the ball game. Jack Elder will check out. Jacob Dust returns. 19 seconds on the clock. 61-45 the score. Haney's next is up. It's good. Give Haney 19 in the ball game. Makes it 62-45, 15 seconds left as Yarhouse crosses the timeline, takes it to the right side, leaves it back out with Dukewood, loads up a 3. It's in the top of the key. It's short. Rebound Fearday. Altamont backs off, and that's going to do it. Logan Antrim will cross the timeline, and that will be the conclusion of the ball game. Antrim hands the ball to the official, who flips it up to the scorer's table. And the championship game goes to the St. Anthony Bulldogs. Final score, 62-45. They took it off the scoreboard so quick, didn't get a chance to see.
That's correct, though. 62-45.
62-45 the score. As the players exchange handshakes here after the contest. Antrim runs all the way down to our end to give a big hug to his dad. Again, this is the first game that his father has been able to see since suffering an injury, and he has made it to the gym. And again, the Antrims were very appreciative of the accommodating efforts of the folks here at Altamont to make that possible. Final score, St. Anthony 62, Altamont 45. St. Anthony wins the NTC tournament and their 4th championship in a row. We are going to take a quick 60-second break, come back with the presentation of the trophies and the NTC All-Tournament team here on 97.9 XFM.
Manicures, pedicures, haircuts, hairstyling, spray tans, and much, much more are now available at Elite Hair Studio in Effingham. Receive a manicure pedicure for $50, add a dip or poly gel for an additional $15. They have gift card specials including 3 pedis for $90, 4 gel manis for $100, and 3 spray tans for $75. Call 690-4233 for an appointment. Elite Hair Studio is located at 1301 West Evergreen in Effingham, where love is in the hair.
97.9 XFM, WXCF, Effingham.
From cradle to college, here at Crossroads Bank, we want to encourage your children to save today so they'll have a bright financial future tomorrow. Our Build a Reader savings account at Crossroads Bank is fun as well as educational. With every A your child earns in reading or literature, we pay extra. If your child doesn't make an A, they still get to keep a cool bookmark in a Scholastic book. Crossroads Bank, teaching your child to save and take pride in watching their account grow. Member FDIC.
This is the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show. Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 100 years.
Welcome back to the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament, where Altamont principal and NTC official Jerry Kachuk is making announcements to the crowd. He's thanked everybody from Altamont that's helped put on this event. He now thanks Scott Beal and recognizes his birthday, which was yesterday. As the folks here at Altamont do a wonderful job of hosting this NTC tournament. Peggy Beaker, the athletic director, does a great job, and all the administration and staff here at Altamont deserves a big thanks for everything they put into it. It takes a lot to get this tournament underway and held each and every year, and this is a tremendous tournament. And if you ever have the chance to get here and see it in person, you need to do it, because it is one of the best, if not the best, conference tournaments in the area. Jerry Kachuk thanks the fans last of all and appreciates their support for this tournament and high school basketball in general. Now, Jerry Kachuk makes the announcement and the presentation to the Altamont Indians.
You were terrific. And everybody in the stands, we're going to do this again in 2.5 weeks. So come on back. Gentlemen, crowd, please come to the speaker and get your best friends.
Altamont seniors step forward and accept the second place plaque from the NTC tournament, presented by athletic director from Altamont, Peggy Beaker. Now, St. Anthony's athletic director, Kevin Palmer, steps out, takes the plaque from Mr. Kachuk. And here's the announcement from Mr. Kachuk.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Mr. Kevin Palmer, your athletic director.
And the senior leaders step up from St. Anthony to accept their plaque as far as the championship of the 85th Annual NTC Tournament. It goes to the St. Anthony Bulldogs. Now they're going to make the announcement of the all-tournament team. A committee this year put together, selected the all-tournament team. The 2020 edition of the NTC all-tournament team will be announced by PA announcer Scott Beer. And Todd Arnold's son, former athletic directors, are on hand to pass out the all-tournament team plaques, and they will present the all-tournament team MVP. And again, in honor of athletic director Todd Arnold, who passed away the night of the NTC championship game a couple of years ago. So those individuals, the sons of Todd Arnold, as well as his brother Mitch and fellow family members, are here for the presentation. And we'll find out who's on the all-tournament team. From Louisville North Clay, Ian Bailey recognized. Ian Bailey had a great tournament for the Cardinals. Very consistent throughout. St. Elmo Brownstown's Andy Goldsboro receives recognition on the all-tournament team. Kenan Wilshire from South Central, an all-tournament team member tonight. Dietrich Cole Niebrigi receives all-tournament mention. Well, he's a senior that's been playing a long time for that Dietrich Ball Club. They're sure going to miss him after the year is over. Neoga's Trevor Roy emerges from the stage. That's where the players generally sit during the NTC tournament, as that's a nice time for the players who aren't in the championship game to get together. South Central's Chase Dobson receives all-tournament mention. Dietrich's Derrick Cool, an all-tournament team member. Neoga's Pacey McClure on the all-tournament team, just a sophomore. Boy, he hit some clutch free throws throughout this tournament, and a big win against North Clay in particular. There's Altamont's Kaden Earhart. The junior steps forward to get his plaque. St. Anthony's Jack Haney, well deserving of the NTC all-tournament nod.
Next we have Aiden Yarhouse of Altamont.
Altamont's Aiden Yarhouse, an all-tournament team member.
The winner of the Todd Arnold Most Valuable Player Award goes to Jacob Dust.
St. Anthony's Jacob Dust, winner of the Todd Arnold Most Valuable Player Award. I believe that's the second year in a row he has won that award here, as St. Anthony claims the title and Dust the MVP for the week-long NTC tournament. So your all-tournament team members again: Ian Bailey of North Clay, Andy Goldsboro of St. Elmo, Kenan Wilshire of South Central, Cole Niebrigi of Dietrich, Trevor Roy from Neoga, Chase Dobson of South Central, Derrick Cool from Dietrich, Pacey McClure of Neoga, Kaden Earhart of Altamont, Jack Haney from St. Anthony, Aiden Yarhouse of Altamont, and tournament MVP from St. Anthony's Jacob Dust. So the awards have been presented here at Altamont. The gym begins to clear out, but we've got a lot to do on the post-game show. We'll check on Dustin's stats. We'll check on the both of the coaches as well after the ball game, as St. Anthony picks up the victory. They win the NTC tournament by a score of 62-45. And we'll be back with the post-game show on 97.9 XFM.
If you are ever in an unfortunate...
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more.
Your home for the 85th Annual NTC Tournament. On air and online at 979xfm.com.
Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Back,
State Farm, the company people have trusted for more than 90 years. We're here to help life go right.
Call me, Tom Henderson, at 342-2530.
And we welcome you back to the 85th annual edition of the National Trail Conference Tournament. Final score, St. Anthony 62, Altamont 45. St. Anthony now 20-3 on the season. Altamont 19-4. So 39 wins and just 7 losses between these two clubs after this night. And what a championship game. And Dustin has the stats to tell us all about it.
I do indeed, Matt. St. Anthony shot well all night, ended up at 47.6% for the night. The Bulldogs 20 for 42 from the field. They hit 69.2% of their free throws, 18 for 26, and were 4 of 11, 36.4% from three-point range. Altamont, 41.9% shooting tonight, 18 of 43 from the field. Indians hit 7 of 12 free throws, that's 58.3%, and were 2 of 11, 18.2% from three-point range. Turnovers, Altamont ended up with 18, 16 of them for St. Anthony. The rebounding edge was squarely in favor of the Bulldogs as they held a 33-22 advantage on the glass. Looking at your individual numbers for Altamont, 17 points for Aiden Yarhouse on 6 of 15 shooting. He was 4 for 5 from the free throw line with 4 rebounds and a couple of assists. Also cracking double figures was Kaden Earhart. Did a lot of his damage in the second half, particularly in the third quarter. He was 5 of 14, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for his 13 points. Also a couple of rebounds for Kaden. Noah Teasley, 9 points tonight on 4 of 6 shooting. Also 1 for 3 at the free throw line, and he led all players with 8 rebounds. 4 points for Derrick Coleman. He was 2 for 2 from the field. In fact, his 4 points all came in the first quarter. He also had a couple of rebounds in this ball game. Noah Klimple, 2 points on 1 for 4 shooting this evening. He had a rebound and an assist. Denver Dukowitz never did score. He was 0 for 2 from the field. He had 3 rebounds and also took a couple charges tonight. Derek Booty, he played some, never did attempt a shot. And then Jared Ruffner, he played quite a bit, never attempted a field goal, did have a trip to the free throw line. He was 0 for 2 there, grabbed a rebound in the action tonight. And those are the 8 players who saw the floor for Altamont. As far as St. Anthony goes, 4 double-figure scorers. None scored more than Jack Haney, though. 19 points tonight, and boy, he was efficient. 5 of 7 from the field, including 1 for 2 from three-point range, and then 8 for 8 at the free throw line. Add in 5 rebounds and a couple of assists, and that's a really solid performance for Jack Haney. 14 points for Jacob Dust, of course, your tournament MVP. 4 for 7 from the field, 6 of 8 at the free throw line, 4 rebounds and an assist for Jacob. Then 11 points each for Logan Antrim and Caden Fearday. Fearday 4 for 6 from the field, 2 out of 4 at the free throw line with 5 rebounds, 2 assists and a block shot. And then in his triumphant return to the starting lineup, Antrim 4 for 8 from the field, 2 out of 3 at the free throw line for those 11 points, 4 rebounds and a couple of assists for Logan. Aaron Webb, 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting. He was 0 for 1 at the free throw line with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. 2 points for Jack Elder, 1 for 2 from the field, 0 for 2 at the free throw line with 3 rebounds and an assist. Kenan Walsh, 0 for 1 from the field with 3 rebounds. Eli Moore, 0 for 2 from the field with 3 rebounds. And Connor Walk, 0 for 1 from the field. So those guys all attempted shots. None of them cracked the scoring column, but all played quite a bit for St. Anthony, who went 9 deep tonight, claiming their 4th straight NTC tournament championship, 62-45. Matt, I think we can agree that 17-point spread doesn't exactly tell the final the story of this game. It was competitive throughout. The Bulldogs just able to really shoot the free throws well down the stretch and extend the lead the way good teams do. They didn't give Altamont a chance to climb back into it late, and they secure yet another NTC tournament victory.
Yes, indeed they do, Dustin, and congratulations to the St. Anthony Bulldogs with the victory here tonight over Altamont, as quite a contest, quite an atmosphere, a sellout announced here at the gym, as the place was pretty well packed for what was a great National Trail Conference Tournament championship game.
And something to be mentioned, Altamont, this is the 4th time in the last 5 years that they have appeared in this NTC championship game. So, it's a feat just to get into this matchup. They've done a great job there as well, and we've talked long enough. Cody Rinker's made his way up, so why don't I relinquish this headset, and we will hear what he's got to say about that NTC tournament championship.
Thank you very much, Dustin, as Cody Rinker makes his way into the booth. And, boy, I tell you, it was a championship atmosphere here at the 85th Annual NTC Tournament. And it was a back-and-forth affair, especially early in the contest. Well, literally, there was 3 lead changes in the first, 4 or 5 trips down the court. And then St. Anthony settled in, took a lead. Altamont came back to tie at 17. But then St. Anthony regrouped again and never let Altamont back ahead. And Coach Rinker, congratulations on the victory.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I think you said it best when you said it's a championship atmosphere just like we expected. I mean, it's that way every year over here. Especially when you get Altamont in the championship game in their home court, and that's what we, to be honest, that's what we wanted. We were happy to be in the game, and we would have been happy to play either Diedrich or Altamont. But to be honest, I mean, we wanted to come out here and make sure that we played the top seeds. I mean, another team that's 19-3 and a team that, has played very good competition, and like I said, was going to be this type of game. So, and I love the way that Altamont competed. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to miss the first couple minutes of the ball game, the way it was going, and that might have served them better than us. I don't know, with all the shooters they have. So, like I said, hats off to Altamont. They played a whale of a game, never gave up. They got some tremendous players over there, and like I said, we're happy to and feel fortunate to be able to pull away with the win.
Your club really responded to some adversity, especially in the first half, but really throughout the ball game,
Yep.
as Jacob Dust was saddled with foul trouble after getting off to a great start.
Right. I mean, I think that you said it best again. That adversity, it does us good. I mean, we've known we have numbers. We know we're deep. We got guys that can play. And one of the goals was to get all 9 of the guys that have been playing most of our minutes in the first half, and I think we did that. And that has paid off tonight whenever Jacob is in foul trouble. Other guys are confident. They stepped up. And, to be able to ride Jacob on the bench, even take him out in the third whenever we're up 10 to make sure he doesn't pick up that fourth. So, yeah, it was a different kind of ball game for us in that fact, but I thought our guys showed a lot of mental toughness to play through it.
Caden Fearday, just solid throughout the ball game, comes away at the end of the night with 11 points. He grabs you some good rebounds and really provided some challenging defense to the Altamont scorers on the front court.
Yeah, Caden, like I said, I think I've been calling him our X factor here lately, and that's exactly what he is. When he gets his double-digit points, his defense is going to be there in his rebounds. It was crucial for him to, whenever Jacob was out, I felt like he was one of the guys that stepped up and scored for us and kept us rolling.
Jack Haney, another big ball game, and so efficient, as Dustin pointed out. I believe he was something like 7 of 9 from the field and made a bunch of free throws as well. And he always draws the other team's top player on the perimeter, and he did a pretty good job there as well.
Yeah, and actually he got a little bit of a break today. I mean, we used Antrim on Yarhouse and let, Haney use his intelligence defensively, and I thought Jack, like he just kept, same with Caden there, kept us going whenever he could have got real frustrated with Jacob being out, but he played a whale of a ball game. He uses his head so well. Just a tough kid. I mean, he steps up to the line and makes free throws there, and like I said, 7 for 9. He's been playing like a senior all year long, but now he's starting to talk vocally on the bench to guys and to our team. I just love the way Jack Haney, I didn't realize he had 19 to be honest, but at the end of the game, I love the way that he played tonight.
Well, and is it nice to have Logan Antrim back? Seems to be at full strength.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's that he's Logan, like I said, we missed him. We didn't miss him, but we missed him. I mean, Walsh and Walk talked to those guys this morning and more. Those guys came in and stepped up, gave us huge minutes. They gave us huge minutes tonight as well. They learned from that. But Logan just has another level of speed, another level of tenacity, and has a knack for making big plays when big plays are needed. And that's what we told him at halftime, was just be patient, let the game come to you, and you'll know when the right time is to make a play. And boy, did he come up with some big ones there in that fourth quarter.
Aaron Webb's another fun player to watch, and he does a lot of things that maybe you don't always notice, or maybe I don't always notice. But like tonight, battled inside, got some key rebounds, knocked down a huge 3 at a big time, and is always kind of in the face, playing good defense.
That 3, you said it right there too. That 3 was huge. It was 17, got knotted up to 17, and he calmly just stepped into that and buried it. And I thought his decision making to not maybe shoot some of those forced ones when it was about 5-minute mark left in the game, whenever we were kind of pulling away, and continued to drive to the hoop and make his plays there and get some fouls, shows his maturity and growth as a player. Loved the way he played as well. Like I said, defensively uses his head so well and makes great gritty plays.
We talked about Jacob Dust being in foul trouble, but he still came away with 14 points, grabbed a bunch of rebounds, and is your tournament MVP.
Yeah, Jacob, like I said, he's kind of the rock that it's built on. But you see other guys stepping up here tonight. Jacob just does. I'm shocked he was in foul trouble, to be honest. Maybe like I said, I'm at a different angle. I'm obviously biased, being on my end of it. I thought there was some stuff that hasn't normally been called on him lately this year. But you know what? He battled through it, continued to play, didn't get frustrated, didn't get down, just kept playing, moving his feet, and ends up with 14 for us and hitting 4 huge free throws down the stretch. So, like I said, he's kind of our guy, rock, that keeps us steady, and he showed it again tonight.
I'm sure this NTC tournament was one of the goals of the season. 20 wins is always kind of a goal that you shoot for as a club. But that's not the big picture, is it, for the Bulldogs?
No, and like I told the guys there just a little bit ago, it's not the tip of the iceberg. It's not the icing on the cake. It's nice. Like I said, we enjoy it. It's a privilege to be a part of this tournament, part of this atmosphere. It's a special week, from you guys to the media to the hospitality rooms. It's just a special week. So we're happy to be a part of it and fortunate to win. But no, we got to keep improving. There's some things we got to clean up and shore up going down the stretch of the season here.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory and the 4th straight National Trail Conference Tournament Championship for your St. Anthony Bulldogs.
Appreciate it, Matt. Thank you.
Coach Cody Rinker, nice enough to spend some time with us after the ball game as he hustled up after the photos were taken, and we always appreciate all of the coaches spending a lot of time with us after the ball games. And now Coach John Nieberge has made his way to the booth. And, Coach, boy, what a championship atmosphere, what a championship game played between 2 championship-level teams.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. Gym was full. I hate the fact that it ended 17 points because some bystanders are going to look at that and think we got our rear ends kicked again. But, they're a top 10 1A team. All of our losses have come to that type of caliber team. So, they're right up there with Goreville and the Woodlawn and the A&M. I'd like to think we are. We just gotta scratch that itch. We got to get over the top a little bit. But it was a heck of a ball game. They're a really good coach team. They forced us into things that I didn't think that was possible with some turnovers and stuff. We just had a little bit too many turnovers and didn't create enough. And then the rebounding edge kind of probably broke the camel's back a little bit.
St. Anthony is a tough team to go up against because of their diversity, but Altamont has a lot of strengths with that as well. It starts with the guard play, I would think, with Yarhouse and Earhart, especially on the offensive end, but other players putting in effort, taking charges, grabbing boards, and battling hard inside. It all adds up.
Yeah, we're not going to win any height contest. Some of those rebounds was just because of that. I mean, we just couldn't get to them. But, we all have roles. Everybody on the team now has figured out what their jobs are. Noah Teasley's that stretch forward that he'll get us a three-pointer and then drive on a bigger kid, get to the basket. Coleman's our rebounder, defender, enforcer inside the lane. Denver took a few charges tonight. It wasn't his best game. He wasn't happy with himself. But he still has that role. He still is capable of putting 10 points up per game each night. Just wasn't his night, and I don't think it affected him on the defensive end. That's the compliment to Denver. So he'll never let him affect it the rest of the way. But and then we got our 2 scorers normally, and then our bench has been playing really well too.
Yeah, Noah Klimple coming off the bench, providing some good defense, a spark every once in a while on the offensive side. And like you say, Derek Booty and Jared Ruffner, they know their roles, and they come in and they all play hard for the club.
I can't fault our bench right now. Noah plays hard. He's turned into the guy that when we game plan defensively, we say, when you come in, you're guarding the best player. So, he's not going to take a starting spot away right now, but he knows when he gets in there, he's going to play 4 or 5 minutes at hard stretches. When Booty gets in there, he probably gets 5-6 minutes a game, but there's no reason to take him out. He's not hurting us. And then Ruffner is just for a shorter post is a bull in a china shop. He goes and gets balls, and he's going to get a foul here and there, and which we're okay with, and he's going to rebound and do his job defensively. He's always going to give up a little bit of size, but he makes up with it for his height, or so his work ethic. So everybody's got the role, and Kaden Aiden get the all tournament team. It sometimes recognize points, but we know that everybody else is part of the team. So it's a compliment to Kaden and Aiden. They went down and they said thanks to the other players. So they know that they're part of they're just as integral as the others.
And this club, again, suffered a loss tonight, but still 19 wins at this point in the season, playing against a very challenging schedule. And that schedule is still challenging coming down the stretch of the season here. But, again, preparing you for postseason, and I guess that's the big picture.
Yeah, we love our schedule at this point. We're 19-4. Our 4 losses have come to top 1A teams. We've beaten all the 2A teams we've had to. We got Flora coming up, who's been they're not having the typical Flora season, but they're 2A, they've had tradition. Sandy we'll get again. We'll get Tuscola down the stretch in the shootout. They were undefeated for most of the year. They got a really good guard who's getting D1 looks. So, we accept the challenge. We're not going to back down. We're going to do our boys are going to work hard, and they know in practice if they don't, it's going to be then my type of practice. But I don't have to get after them for that. They work hard. They get better. They make each other better.
Well, congratulations, Coach, on a great effort tonight and a nice week here at the National Trail Conference Tournament. It's always a pleasure to speak with you, and good luck to your Indians down the stretch.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys being here all week. You guys work hard. The streaming with you guys announcing, that atmosphere, even sitting at home, looks like a college game. So we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys do what you do. It's a long week for you guys, too, so thank you.
Thank you very much, John, for the kind words, and good luck.
Yep, thank you.
John Niebrugge, nice enough to spend some time with us after the ball game, as well as his Indians fall by a final score of 62-45. I think Dustin made it through all the stats.
I sure did.
So let's send it back to the studio, see what kind of scores Caleb has, if there are any, from around the area.
All right. Thank you very much, Matt and Dustin. Today in boys basketball action, Taylorville got the win over T-Town 65-53. At the Lincoln Prairie Conference Tournament, it was Okaw Valley over Arthur Levington, Outwood Hammond 45-40. It was Villa Grove Heritage in a close match to Cumberland as Cumberland gets the win once again over Villa Grove Heritage 63-61. And then in girls basketball action, it was Mattoon over Charleston 77-47. And Mount Zion gets the win over Effingham 46-45 as Effingham lost on a last-second three-point shot. Then taking a look at some junior high boys basketball regionals. At the Class 8-1A Sequel St. Michael Regional, it was Stew Straws over Windsor 23-13, and Martinsville got the point edge over Sacred Heart, winning 31-30. In the St. Elmo Brownstown Regional in Class 8-2A, it was North Clay over South Central 46-31. St. Anthony beat Altamont 60-20, and Cowden Herrick Beecher City gets the win over Ramsey 42-30. And then in 8-3A Class Regionals at Robinson Nuttall, it was Marshall over Jasper County 51-39. Robinson Nuttall gets the win over Cumberland 43-14, and it was Lawrenceville Parkview over Red Hill 56-16. And that's your scores, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Caleb. Appreciate your work back at the station tonight and the rest of the week. Gail also chipped in today as well, working some games throughout the week as well. Thanks to everybody back at the station for making this possible, from the sales staff all the way up and through to the broadcast teams. And, we couldn't do it without a lot of help and a lot of sponsors, and we appreciate all our video sponsors allowing us to bring you the games with the live streams. And also, thanks to all our radio sponsors as well. Over 30 sponsors for a high school sports program and broadcast. That is a real feather in the cap to all the people who support high school basketball and sports in general in the area.
And then Wayne and Austin did a great job over there this week. I couldn't make it down here for every night of the tournament, but firing up the YouTube app on my TV and watching it at home, it's the next best thing, and it works great. It's fantastic. If you haven't ever given that a shot, you should definitely give it a try if you can't be here. It's fantastic that they're able to make it happen, and just adds a little bit more to this tournament and how important it is to everybody in the area. Gives them another avenue to be able to take it in.
Thanks to all the folks who let us know you were watching from wherever you were watching. Some from here, right here in Effingham and Altamont and throughout the county, but also people like Aaron Carlin watching from Memphis, Tennessee. He was rooting for the Indians. Xander was watching from Chicago as well, and he says thanks for being able to watch the tournament. And we appreciate those comments, and it's our pleasure to bring you the action from the 85th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. I think we're going to wrap things up for the championship game. Dustin, did you enjoy being a part of the broadcast in the championship game?
It was okay. Nah, it was great. I've long envied you guys being able to do every game of this tournament. It's got to be a lot of fun. I'm sure it's a little tiring, but by the same token, I'm sure it's quite a thrill every year to get to be here, and I'm always excited to get to be a part of it and to do a championship game. Pretty fun.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Thanks, and great job.
Wow, appreciate that.
Let's wrap up with the games today. In the 7th place game, St. Elmo Brownstown defeated Windsor Stew Straws 49-29. In the Consolation Championship, that went to South Central over North Clay 73-57. A great third-place game saw Dietrich pick up the win 48-41 over Neoga. And the championship went to St. Anthony 62-45. Like we've kind of indicated, that score got spread out late a little bit. It was a very hotly contested contest throughout the game. And congratulations to the St. Anthony Bulldogs, 4th straight NTC title as they claim the 85th annual NTC tournament. I think that's going to wrap things up. Dustin, Wayne, thank you guys very much. Greg Sapp, thanks to him as well. He's been on assignment tonight. And I'm Matt Robinson. Have a great night, everybody, and thanks for listening and watching the NTC tournament on 97.9.